Welcome in, everybody. Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan. Happy Tuesday to you. It is July 21st, and apathy has set in, certainly. What do you say at this point? I don't say what I know you're going to say, Ben. We'll get to it, I'm sure. I'm Woodsy. Paul Reindl's our executive producer. Good morning, Paulie.
Hey, how are you? I got the turd polisher button ready.
Oh, is it ready? Ben Higgins, your friendly neighborhood sports anchor. How are you, sir?
Good morning. I'm okay. Yeah, I'm frustrated like most fans. Didn't think that they would jump out 1-3 after the break. But we'll talk about that.
Didn't you?
You didn't?
No, I thought they'd probably win at least the first series against Kansas City. Yeah. Can't lose those close games. We've already talked about it, though. You got to win the close ones.
I think they're 500 in one-run games this year.
Yeah, you've got to win some of the close ones. You don't have a team that is going to put away a lot of other opponents, so you've got to win the close ones. And they haven't been doing it lately.
Joanna says, Woodsy is too apathetic to cash in his chips. I'm out of chips. I don't have any more. I said 10. These guys, they got through that terrible stretch in Chicago. I mean, I use a chip every day for that. But it's good to be here this morning.
I'm glad you're still with us.
I'm lucky to be here this morning. I honestly, I don't say that lightly. It almost happened again. Well, it did happen again last night. I had to get Heimlicked. It's not funny, dude.
It's not funny.
You're laughing.
I mean, now that you're here and still alive and with us.
That's a weird reaction to your partner almost dying at his home last night. That video, too.
Oh, you've got the video.
I rarely grapple with things. Like, I rarely, usually it's like, well, this will be a great bit. This one, I had to do some mental gymnastics for.
What was the cause?
This is not the first time this has happened.
It's the second time. We remember at fantasy camp, not this past fantasy camp, the one before, so 25 or whatever. We're sitting down again, like we had 4 minutes until we were on the air. Breakfast had just come out. I was starving. I ran in to eat some eggs, some fruit, and a piece of turkey sausage. And just in my haste, a piece of turkey sausage got stuck in my throat. Now, luckily for me, our buddy Alex, who owns B&B Appliance. Why? B&B Appliance. Simply the best. I owe him that for the rest of my life. He saved my life. He saw me, and it got stuck. It got lodged in my throat. And he was able to Heimlich it out of me. It shot out of my mouth. So last night, we're sitting at the table. I made my steak that I told you about.
Right, you were telling us about the Costco New York steaks.
I did pan-seared, and they were really good. They turned out really, really well. First, it's sirloin, so like you got to time it right, or it's going to be really chewy. I had eaten a decent portion of mine to this point, and I was really just ready. I was talking, and I was ready to get the night over with. Like as far as the dinner, I was done. I had one more bite, and I put it in.
Oh, the last bite.
It was the last bite, and I chew, swallow, and I grabbed a thing of like this like sugar-free grape drink that I like, and I put the bottle to my lips, and I drink it down, and it won't go down. There's a piece of steak lodged in my throat, and the grape juice is like sitting right there, and I start to panic.
Like a clogged drain.
Like a clogged drain, right, but it's my throat.
Would you say chew, swallow?
I would literally was like chew, swallow.
Got to add a few more chews.
Yeah.
100%. So I hit the grape juice. Then you see me stand up, and I point to my chest, Hannah's sitting at the table, and I go, and I gave like the Heimlich sign. She flips out, runs over, Bo starts wailing, right? It was really scary. Oh. She gives me like 1, 2, and then she unleashes on me.
There's the drink.
She unleashes on me.
And you stand up right away.
Right away, because it's stuck. Look, I point to my chest. Look, babe,
like,
Heimlich me.
Oh, my God.
Here she goes. 1, 2, nothing. I go kind of limp. And then she beats the ever-loving.
She does. Did that work?
Wow.
So then if you Anna. So if you pause it, you will see me, Paul. The last slap, you see me go, boo, and I projectile, everything. If you got to go like frame by frame, like the Zapruder. So she gives me the
on
one,
the smack. Okay.
the two, and then she goes one. Here it comes. Here. It's like you can barely see it.
You're out of frame.
And grape juice and steak
All over the kitchen floor.
all over the kitchen floor.
Sorry, it's not funny, but it's
Taylor's sitting kind of standing to the side.
Can I say
not
something?
really caring that
Can I
much.
say something about Taylor? Taylor did not give a frog's fat ass if his old man dropped dead. Bo was so upset. Bo's the feeler, man. He's like me. He's the feeler.
Bo is screaming. I
He's
can see
screaming.
that. Taylor
He's so upset.
does not have a care in the world over there.
Literally, could not have cared less.
man.
Could not have cared less. Hannah hit me so hard. Like watch her just 1, 2,
She like
3,
it.
4, 5. The fifth one got me.
I mean, she's a hero for sure.
She is.
She saved your life.
Yeah.
But I think she also enjoyed smacking the S out of
There's
you.
Paulie,
Both things can be
there's
true.
no question.
She saw an opening and goes, I think it's out, but I'm going to make sure it's out.
Now again, there's so many layers to this onion. One is she's probably never going to want to have sex with me again. Okay, so that's number one.
No, that's a very, very
It's valid,
feeble
right?
thing to do.
It's feeble.
Oh, do you need her to cut it up for you too and feed it to you, like chew it up for you first?
So that's over. That ship has sailed. It's gone. It's over. It's gone. Never to be docked again. Okay? So I know that now. I know that now. That's out the window. It's over for me. So it sucked though. It was when you felt like it's not it won't it's not going down. It's not, and you could feel like it was like a pipe that was just clogged.
I won't speak for Ben. I sympathize for you, but I really am trying to I'm struggling to relate because I genuinely can't remember the last time where I choked on food so bad to the point where I needed assistance.
Paulie, I made it 49 years. And I'm talking and I chew on a lot of stuff. Like the
You do chew on a
I
lot.
chew on a lot of stuff. Nothing's ever
Got stuck.
never.
I've had, it'll get stuck for a second.
and you're like and
clear it out
you
or
get
whatever.
it down.
But to need assistance.
So that's the first layer of the onion. The second is this how I'm going to go? I immediately thought all right, once is a mistake, twice is a habit. Twice is a choice. It's a choice. I made a choice.
Do you think it was fun the first time?
Right. It was the scariest feeling. And then hearing Bo in the background, I'll never forget it. I mean, I'll never forget it.
That's
And
awful.
it flipped me out.
Is it possible you have a narrow esophagus?
Maybe.
That you could be susceptible to blockage?
The throat goat is no more.
Well, I'm glad you're here.
Man,
It does remind me though, watching that video, of how we ended the show yesterday with Polly's topic wheel spin that we didn't have time for.
Yeah.
Things you judge people for.
I know what you're going to say. Me drinking out of the jug. I knew that. I knew it.
It's a
I knew it was
combination
coming. I knew that was coming.
of at the table drinking out of a plastic jug and also a wholly inappropriate beverage to be paired with a nice steak.
Well, it wasn't a nice steak. It was a sirloin. So, I mean, it was it was a sirloin. That requires grape juice.
Sugar-free grape
Look,
drink
look,
is
here we
what
go.
you described it as.
1 second. Look at it hits me. Look at her spring into action. 1, 2. Well, that's not working. Whack, 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 whack.
It looks like she slapped you a couple of times, and then the open hand turned into a closed fist. It was more of a thump.
So
Did you have bruising on your back?
I don't
this
know, but
morning?
it was. I looked at after. I go, "Hey, is my back red?" She started dying laughing. So when you see me lean over, you know what I was about to do. is I was about to do the chair.
Oh, the self-chair
chair jump.
And then I think if that doesn't work, you're just supposed to slam yourself on the ground, as hard as you can.
Like I was belly flop the floor.
Or you don't have anyone there with you.
Right.
You need to Heimlich yourself. You either slam yourself against the wall or against the ground.
It's crazy, dude.
So, Steven,
yes,
no steak if the wife's not home.
Right.
Okay?
Like
you no longer can eat steak by
Soft
yourself.
foods only.
The third layer of the onion is, do I need to puree all my food now?
Cream of wheat only
It's
for
like,
you.
It's the first thing I thought of is I look like an idiot in front of her. I need to really, how many times are you supposed to chew? Isn't it like 27 per bite?
It's a ridiculous amount that none of us ever gets to. I remember.
Here, I'll ask Google. How many times should you chew a piece of steak?
More than 3.
Yeah, I was gonna say, where were you at? Chew, swallow?
Chew, swallow, I think.
Yeah, you're about 37 more chews.
I remember
32 to 40.
This was 25, 30 years ago. My grandfather was ill. He had a caretaker named Earl, guy from the Caribbean.
Yeah.
And Earl, I believe, chewed every single bite. I want to remember this 36 times.
36
before
times
swallowing. And it just seemed like he was sitting there forever chewing.
It's a long day.
And chewing.
You don't want to go to
chewing.
You don't want to go to dinner with Earl.
Spend the
Let's go!
I'm only on my third bite, guys.
Wrap it up!
We're already on dessert.
Earl,
let's
for
go.
God's sake.
Earl's still working on his salad.
We get it. But now
Earl's like, you can never be too sure.
But now, Earl had it right. Yeah, in-home caregiver might be a good idea. Cam. Oh yeah. Man. So just yogurts. I'll just eat yogurts and protein drinks.
Yeah,
and
if Hannah's home, we can add some meat, but anything solid.
God,
let's wait. If you're by yourself, let's avoid anything solid right now.
What is it about meat?
What's the statute of limitations on needing the Heimlich? Like when are you good? Like is it 5 years?
You should
7 years?
Well, you should maybe need it once in your life. I got 2 in the last year and a half. Dude. You should maybe need it once. Maybe, but it's a good lesson to just slow it down, man. Slow it down. I didn't have anywhere I needed to be. I just was done. I was like, I'm done. Chew, swallow, and then it was over. Like it could have been over. It literally could have ended last night.
We all feel silly when we make the same mistake again, but
yes.
we've all done it.
Yes.
How could I do that again?
Headbanging dude says, how many Zins have you choked on? I've choked on. I mean, they go down much easier than a giant. I mean, it was a big piece. Dude. I was just like, let's get this over with. Man.
You wouldn't ever want to swallow a Zin, but you could.
Yeah, I've done it.
Like if you were choking on
many times.
Yeah, many times. Yeah, you take the deep breath and all right. I mean, these are just little, and they're like paper, so they disintegrate. But man, so thank you to my my hero, my wife, for saving your old, feeble husband. Bo, daddy's okay. Taylor, I don't understand. I do a lot for you. I really don't understand why he couldn't care less. Ben, he couldn't. I saw that. Here's a little glimpse into his personality. You ever seen the movie Friday Night Lights?
Sure.
We are watching. They got 10 minutes till it's bedtime. They're in bed cuddling last night. And I go, Friday Night Lights. So I leave it on. It comes to the part where Boobie Miles has learned that his knee is shot. His life is over. Everything he's worked for in his entire life is gone. He walks into the locker room, cleans out his locker, and he puts on a brave face and tells him, be perfect, go win state, all that stuff. Then he goes out and gets in the car with his uncle. And he melts down. And it's like this. I had tears in my eyes. I get choked up when I see it. Whoever played Boobie Miles did such a brilliant job at portraying a guy that knows my life is over. It's over. I have no chance at doing anything. I was a football player, and he starts sobbing and he's choking, and I'm watching, and I'm getting a little choked up from the peanut gallery. My 5-year-old goes, Jeez, what a crybaby. I go, my God, who are you? You know who he is? He's his mother. That's who he is. He's his mom, and Bo is his dad. It is to see your kids, you're like, wow.
Come to grips with it. Your knee is shot. Make a new plan, and let's go.
Yeah, that's it.
There's no time for self-pity. It's time to move on with your life, booby.
I'm telling you, dude. Yeah, Ben and Taylor. Are you Taylor's dad? Yeah, that's it.
I mean, Taylor really is just chilling the entire time. He's just, what's going on over there?
So
I see the Padres have a runner on third base, which I know is not coming home to score.
Well,
so
the interesting thing is, so I almost choked to death last night, which was a more pleasurable experience than watching this baseball team play a baseball game. Almost choking to death was as good, if not better, than watching the game last night. Look at that. Boom, boom. And then here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then chase me after to give me another one. Yeah, there was enjoyment in that. I'm not gonna lie. But you know, I mean, like, I didn't text you guys this last night. I had it. That's how much I grappled with it. I had the video. Hannah, of course, she pulled it from the ring.
Oh yeah.
And I had it. And I didn't text you. I wasn't like, oh, I'm going to surprise him. I literally grappled with it until we sat down. It was like, should I do it? And then I thought, well, pretty decent public service announcement.
I was just going to say, it's a great public service announcement for both chewing and also quick action if someone is choking.
That's right. She sprung into action. So I think everybody should learn how to do the Heimlich. I think everybody should learn proper safety, because I've seen it in restaurants. I saw it in a restaurant once, man, and it flipped me out. Oh. And I didn't do anything. Somebody else did that was closer. I feel like I would have, but it was a really scary thing. So it's scary, man.
That that freeze or jump into action thing is very real.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm more of a freezer at times when it comes to like pressure situations. Like, what do I do?
It like stuns you.
Yeah, you get stunned and someone needs to jump into action. And obviously Hannah's a jump into action sort of person.
She's more of a slap into action person. Man, yeah, she got me pretty good, but thank you, babe, for saving my life.
Are you CPR certified?
Yes.
As a coach?
As a coach and parent, we had to do that. Now, could I use a refresher course? Damn right I could.
I did it like 10 years ago.
Damn right I could.
I don't know that I remember much.
Damn right I could.
The basics.
The basics. But like, I think about all the kids that I coach. What are they doing the whole game? Out there chewing seeds. None of them have any idea how to chew seeds.
Oh no,
none. They don't know how to bite, separate, spit. So they just.
In fact, even though baseball and sunflower seeds go together hand in hand, it's almost like maybe
big wads of gum.
Kids
dude.
Probably shouldn't be having
big,
sunflower
giant,
seeds.
fat wads.
You
of
don't
big
know
chew.
how to.
I'll have to admit, I never really learned how to chew seeds either.
My kids are so bad at it. I said at the game, I go, you know what we're doing at practice? I'm going to show you guys how to chew seeds.
I watch guys.
Do they chew them or just like suck on them?
They chew them.
I watch guys in the dugouts of big league games make it look so simple, like a handful at a time.
I'm good at it.
I'm like, I can maybe do one.
You're the one guy?
And like kind of work it around a little bit. And after about a minute, I finally get the seed out, and then I kind of half spit one out, half, and then the other kind of get out.
Do you peck on the keyboard with one finger each? Are you a pecker?
No, I can type a little bit, but I cannot do a handful of seeds. I've never been able to do that.
It was quite another eventful night at the there's Ben. At the Woods home last night. You guys, anything exciting like that happened to you guys? Any near-death experiences?
No, I survived another anchoring experience last night.
I didn't know you were anchoring until I was walking by and I go, hey, I know that voice. And why is he talking about something that's not sports? I didn't know you were anchoring. Was that an emergency anchor?
I think I mentioned it on the show.
I don't think you did.
He did. But I know he was.
Yeah. Oh, really? I had no idea.
Just a one-off experience yesterday. I'm back to sports today, but sat on the anchor desk and it wasn't a huge.
Does it get your juices flowing more?
It's definitely. I mean, I
know it's different, but does it feel like a promotion? Does it feel like getting called up from JV to varsity or something?
Gotta be.
Absolutely. When you're the main anchor and every story begins and ends with you the whole night, there's definitely a certain feeling of pressure that kind of adds to it. I mean, I'm on television every night, but on the sports segment,
It's quick.
15, 20 seconds,
Yeah.
toss to my package, wrap it up with Kimberly, and I'm
I
done.
don't need to be talking about your package on the news.
Package.
Okay,
It's
nobody-
about, my story, my package.
Got it.
So
I'd be tossing to my package too if I look like Ben. Yeah.
it's really one of those things that, the first
Just,
couple
like,
of
lean
times
forward and stand on it.
it's nerve wracking.
Use it as a microphone.
And then you have to stop thinking about it or you'll spin yourself out.
Of course.
Like,
You're just like, I got to get through it.
yeah, you just
Got to get through it.
like any other job, it's just, okay, here's what I am doing tonight. I am reading words off the teleprompter.
Any interesting stories last night that you did that maybe, I don't know, jump off the page at you? Because I don't know, I got a couple of texts from people.
I got there yesterday around 1:15, and I found out our friend Ava, who came in last week, Ava
Yep.
Kirshner, was producing the 5:00 show and our 7:00 show, and she said, "Oh, I've got an interesting fact or fiction for you tonight." Those
Okay.
are always tend to be the interesting ones.
That was
And
the Adolf Hitler.
that was where we got the Adolf Hitler soundbite. I said, "What's it about?" She said, "Cannibalism."
Okay. Not a topic that people talk a lot about.
No, not at all.
Is this good or is this bad?
Well, it had to do with how many times you're supposed to chew.
Yeah, okay.
When you're
Fair.
eating up.
Fair.
No, it's not. Well, I mean, you can learn for yourself here. Why don't we play a little fact or
Yes.
fiction?
So happy.
Is brought to you by Bill Howe Plumbing, Heating and Air,
Hey,
Flood and
Winter
Restoration.
Look at that.
Well, tonight we're looking into a study about a certain diet, cannibalism. It claims
Hang on.
Just say cannibalism, please.
The fact that the lower third, the headline just says, "Is cannibalism a healthy diet?"
What? Healthy?
Fact or Fiction is brought to you by Bill Howe Plumbing, Heating and Air, Flood and Restoration.
well, tonight we're looking into a study about a certain diet, cannibalism.
Boom.
It claims that eating human beings is not only bad for your social circle, but bad for your health too.
Cholesterol.
And it's true. According to Reuters, long-term practice of cannibalism can lead to illness and risk of infection.
My
Scientists from Poland and the
God.
Czech Republic found that the risk of disease jumps exponentially when cannibals eat other cannibals. Even cooking human meat does not eliminate prions or misfolded proteins, which can cause fatal neurological diseases. The researchers said these risks probably contributed to cannibalism becoming taboo. I don't think I want to know how they researched that story. To
I
check
was
out
just
our
gonna
previous
say.
stories, go to 10news.com,
Did
click
you
on
put it
menu,
in
and
the-
then fact or fiction.
Do you put it in the newspaper? Cannibals wanted. If you're a cannibal, we're doing a study. We're going to give you $30 each. Come on, we're going to all the human being you
You're
can
gonna
eat.
you test your blood,
Test
do
your
some
blood.
check for some health
How-
benefits or harmful side effects.
How do you test? How do you
so
run
I
that?
asked Ava, and she said, if you read deeper into the story, they researched like some tribes from like islands in
Oh my God, the Pitcairn
Asia,
Islands, I
yeah,
wonder?
some
Oh.
and like somehow found out some health struggles that they were connected potentially to eating human meat.
That is unbelievably great. It's unbelievably a great
I
story.
picture Ava and Tolly like laughing behind the camera, going, "I can't believe he actually did that."
He did it.
Like we had a full other, like the actual fact or fiction ready, but he ran with this.
That's
one.
it, Graham. North Sentinel Islands. I did a rabbit hole on the North Sentinel Islands. It's one of the most fascinating places on the planet, but I digress from cannibalism here on Ben and Woods. We
Cannibalism.
probably have to take a break.
Yeah, we should probably get going here.
Can't wait to
We'll
talk
come
some
back. We will
Padres
set the
baseball
menu
with
for
you.
the Tuesday edition of Ben and Woods. It's an incorporator Tuesday.
Cannibalism.
We'll go through the Padres. The echo sound effect. Very interesting. We'll go through our crap up of yesterday's loss to the Atlanta Braves and more. All coming up next. Broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. Hey, they not only sponsor Fact or Fiction, but we know how here in our studios at 97.3 The Fan. Stay tuned. We got a whole show coming up for you.
Quickly, gang. I've been talking your ear off about my new F-150. I love it so much. I'm never going back to anything other than like an F-150 for the rest of my life. I'm serious. You could offer me anything, and I'm keeping my truck. It is so practical and rides so smoothly. Of course, Thank you to my friends over at Sedano Ford in La Mesa. You too can get in the full-size 2026 Ford F-150 STX. How about this, man? $1 down, just $459 a month. It's beautiful, and I love it very much. The brand new 2026 Ford Bronco Sport Big Ben is another incredible vehicle. You see those a lot out on the streets right now. $1 down, only $401 a month. You got to ask about 0% financing on select models, paired with 0 payments for 90 days. That's 0 for 90. Look, it boils down to there's a lot of places you can go and look at cars and trucks, but Sedano Ford, they want to put you in the car truck of your dreams, and I'm in the truck of my dreams right now, and they want to do it at a reasonable price, all right? 0 payments for 90 days, 0 for 90 with absolute 0% financing on select models. Check them out. Offers won't last forever. More details can be found at SedanoFord.com. That's SedanoFord.com. Let them know Woodsy sent you down there. Here, I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
That is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? This spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Better Woods, brought to you by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Coming up this morning on Ben and Woods, Tuesday edition, we will get into last night's game against the Atlanta Braves. First time the Padres have lost to the Braves this season, but they just can't. And we will at some point mention the fact that, yes, the Padres did not lose any ground. Everybody pretty much they wanted to lose last night, lost. They're still 2.5 games out of a playoff spot.
It's crazy.
But
nobody wants it.
You also, it's a missed opportunity as well. I mean, those are just as bad as losing a game, is missing an opportunity to gain a game.
There's nothing that can happen in the standings that will ever make me not pissed off at a loss.
It's two very separate issues. One, are the Padres still in the race? Absolutely.
Yes.
They're 2.5 games out with
by definition
62 games remaining. So at 100%, they are still in the race. In it,
so to speak.
The second question is, do you believe that this team is worthy of investing prospects and trading players to try to make it better at the trade deadline? And right now, my feeling, and I think you guys kind of agree, the answer to that is no.
Correct.
They do not. You do not want to shovel more resources at a roster that has not shown you that they can play consistently for any period of time. So I think the question then becomes, is it really incumbent on the Padres then to sell and really give up on this season? Or do you let these guys just continue to go and
Just
hold
Buy,
and,
sell, or hold.
Buy, sell, or hold.
And I think hold is always the worst case scenario.
That's a fair argument.
I agree 100%, Paul.
It's always the worst.
And I'll tell you why, because we have the great fortune as Padre fans to have a big league club that's not very good at all. They're very mediocre, okay? We also have a 100% depleted minor league team.
Mhm.
Depleted. I texted with somebody yesterday that's very in the know about this, and I said, you know what, man? When Miguel Andujar was announced yesterday that hit by a pitch, sent him on the IL, who did we call up? A third catcher, Rodolfo Duran. That's it. You look down there and you go, there's nobody you can call up that has a little pop. Think about the guys we've called up in the last couple of years, the Trenton Brookses of the world. Jace Bowen, yeah, he picks it out in the outfield. He's fast as hell, but can't hit. So we have a bad major league team. We have a depleted minor league system. And, by the way, as it was just aptly pointed out in the chat, who's the last prospect we traded for that has done anything at the big league level? Anything.
Tatis.
Tatis, 2016. Guys, that's a bad,
well, they
bad
haven't really
look.
traded for
but
any prospects really in the last 5
but
years.
if you're of the sell, if you're waving the sell flag, okay, you're putting your trust in an organization. Are we going to get these guys ready to go to the big leagues? Because we see a lot of guys flourish and thrive once they leave here. That's fine. We also see guys that we trade for come here and have down years. Juan Soto couldn't hit here. Luis Ariz couldn't hit here. It's weird, man. It's weird. It's a dark place that you can get yourself into mentally. I think I'm there when you just feel like it's hopeless. The best thing you can do, though, is I think if you say to the guys on the current roster, you had your shot, man. We gave you your shot. I know we didn't have the starting pitching, but every team deals with injuries. We're going to restock. We're just going to restock. We're going to play it out. We're going to have to restock. We're going to have to get rid of every movable piece right now and restock. And we're just hoping that either those guys develop or you can flip them down the road again.
I totally understand what you're saying, but you're also talking as though the last 3 seasons, they've only won 62 games. I mean, they've won 183 games regular season the last 2 years.
Sure.
They've been a good team on the big league level the last couple of years.
I'm saying this year.
Right. This year,
they're a bad team.
They are not a great team. They're a mediocre team this year.
They're a bad team. They're below 500.
2 games. If they had won yesterday, they would have been 500.
They have the worst offense and the worst pitching in baseball.
And
that's a bad team.
So the record tells you that they're a mediocre team.
Ben, they have the worst offense. They have the worst pitching in baseball, and they're not below 500. That's a bad team.
And it's almost August. Like this is who they are.
That's a bad team. It's okay to say they're a bad team. They're a bad team. It's okay.
Which is why I think holding is like the worst thing you can do. I think selling it probably makes the most sense because if you hold, that means guys like Morihone guys that you could France.
You lose for nothing.
You're going to lose them for nothing now, and you're no better in the offseason. If you buy, I don't see any reason to buy right now, like really at all.
No, I don't either. I don't think you chase after and invest more resources into this team. They haven't showed you.
I think you need to move the sellable parts. And then if you want to take your chances and because you're only 3 games out of the wild card, great. Let's see what can happen.
Stranger things have
but
happened.
if you truly sell, if you trade Ty France, if you trade Adrian Morihone, if you trade Mason Miller, you're not going to stay 2.5 games back. You will fall precipitously very quickly in the standings. So
is it worth mortgaging more of your future or more of your system to get to the playoffs maybe and then get your asses kicked in 2 games?
I don't think so, but the argument for holding, I know you say never hold, but we've seen, if this team could play like they did in the month of late April and early May and have a stretch like that, which they've already had, so we know it's possible, they're capable of doing that, they would easily, once again, jump into a playoff spot. I don't see it happening because it hasn't, the last couple of months. The trend is not good, but this group, as constructed, had a very good stretch of the season that got them to 12 games above 500.
Yeah, they had.
They can do
like 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks.
And if they had 2.5 or 3 good weeks, they'd be in really good shape right now. They, like I said, that's the argument to hold, not to buy.
If I was 25 pounds lighter, I'd have a better body. right? Like you're wishing upon a star.
I'm not wishing. I've already seen it.
You've seen a 2-week stretch, and you're
right.
You're
Not all they
discounting
need is-
4 months
Yeah,
over
what-
2 weeks.
so
I'm
what-
not discounting it. I'm saying it's
what do
possible.
you want to do?
I'm saying it's. I'm arguing that I
'Cause
don't necessarily want to trade every tradable piece and just gut the team over the last 2 months of the season when they're still 2.5 games out of a playoff spot.
So give me the guys that you would move.
I don't know that I'd move anybody at this point.
So that's holding.
I'm arguing to hold right now, not to buy,
I think that's nuts.
but I'm arguing that holding at this very moment might be the best course of action.
with, again, the 30th ranked farm system, the 30th ranked offense, and I think now maybe like the 20,
like 26,
26,
25.
you're you know, that's what
Well, I'm certainly
That's what you-
I'm certainly listening to offers.
Fangraphs gives them an 8.8% chance just for whatever that
you got
means to you.
I think you have to get.
You
I
can't.
think
You
got
can't. You don't bet on
But
8%.
if you're AJ Preller, look, and I'll say this in case he's listening. I mean this. I think you're a wizard. I do. I think you are a wizard. I think you've done some wizardly things. I think at this point, though, be a wizard the other way.
Right.
Wizard the crap out of the Yankees.
Reverse wizard.
Reverse wizard it, and go. Oh my God, AJ Preller has completely be a hero of a different. There's a couple of different ways to be a hero, right? You can be a hero by getting these great pieces and making a run to the World Series. We tried that. It's mediocre now, and now your farm system is 30th.
He kind of did it with the Soto trade. I mean, he got
Kind
some
of.
solid pieces back in that Soto.
The silo. If you look at that trade in the silo, it looks like crap. But when you think Drew Thorpe for Dylan Cease and
Right.
All the little branches of that, it was good. It was a good one. So reverse wizard.
I'm arguing a lot of the time when you trade a guy who's going to be a free agent for 2 months,
Sure.
like a rental, a Ty France for 2 months, you don't get much back. You get a lottery ticket, AA guy who you feel kind of lukewarm about. In some situations, when you're 12 games out, go ahead, take the lottery ticket because you have no chance.
But when you're 2.5,
But when you're 2.5 out and you don't even really like what you're getting back,
well, that sucks.
you don't.
You have to like what you're
you
getting
have to
back.
like what you're getting
Well,
back.
then don't
That's
make
what
the
I'm saying.
trade.
Yeah.
There are situations where you trade and you just go, I don't care what I'm getting back. Anything is better. Maybe, in 3 years that guy turns into something and you trade.
You're not doing that with Ty France. Ty France can help somebody. That's who you trade. You trade
You don't
Martin
get
Maldonado.
You
for
do not get
somebody.
that much right at the trade deadline for guys like Ty France. You just don't
Well,
get that much for
So they were
them.
talking yesterday on MLB Network about there's not a lot of impact bats, right? There's not a lot of impact bats. If you can convince somebody that he's an impact bat that can help them,
Yeah, if they
win a
offer
World
you,
Series,
one of their top 3 prospects, then yes, you trade.
I'm not saying you got to get a top 3 guy.
No, but I'm
saying-
just saying if someone like blows you away with their offer, of course you listen and you can sell. But if you're 2.5 out, I don't think that just giving away guys for low level, like the 19th best prospect in the Rays system is something that you really want to do. Is it going to help you in the future at all? I'd rather just stick around and see what they can do the rest of the season. Even though I'm not that encouraged by it, I'm not ready to just give away everybody for nothing.
So, okay, SD Mike says,
Is anybody arguing to give away for nothing?
No, I've never said, hey, make sure you give away everybody for nothing.
But there are times where you give away everybody for almost nothing because there's no point in keeping a guy when you have no chance.
Okay, so
Padres still have a chance.
So Mike says, I'm with Ben. Hold because we're competing. We've lost 3 out of 4 coming out of the break. Right.
And you flip one thing in 2 games, you're 3-1. I get it. It's not like you're uncompetitive in these games. You are competitive.
You got Walker Buehler going tonight. Okay. So you got to look at what you have, like not what you may be able to get, what may happen. We may go on a run. Yeah, dude, we may. Again, Christy Turlington could walk in here. She might. She
could.
You don't know that she's not going to. You have no basis to know that Christy Turlington is not going to walk and sit down right here.
She's never walked in here before.
Right.
We saw Walker Buehler have a really good month and a half already. That's not as unlikely of, him having a good stretch again is certainly within the realm of reasonable possibility.
So again,
you're so negative. You feel like every single game, every player is going to suck every day.
Me?
That's just not true.
I don't feel that way. I will tell you this though. I'm less fired up to watch this team than maybe any team in the last 5 years. I just am. It's the apathy of it all, and I'm also factoring in the look who we have nobody to help us in the future. Nobody. Like there's really Ethan Salas maybe, and he may be a couple of years away. That'd be cool. But I look at where we ranked with the farm. I look at where we rank offensively. I look at where we rank pitching wise, and I go, guys, what are we hanging on to, man? This is like. It just feels desperate.
You don't have to do a fire sale.
Yeah,
you don't have to go crazy,
do a fire sale.
but you do need a reset. You need a bit of a refresh,
yes.
Whatever you want to call it.
I love a refresh. Boy, do I love a refresh. I don't want to rebuild. That's not what I'm calling for here. But you have be a wizard. Be the wizard. Be a hero the other way. Go out and fleece the Yankees. Go out and fleece the Phillies. Go out and fleece somebody that wants to take down the Dodgers. You know, like go fleece one of those teams. Go, hey, man.
And I'm very much in favor of fleecing trades. If you can get really good trades, what I'm saying is you can't just, accept you're not getting great offers. I'll just take the best offer that comes along. You're better off keeping some of your guys in that sense.
Okay. Yeah. And again, I think people, Brian says, go punch Paulie and Woodsy. They're being too negative. That's fine, Brian. I totally get it. I have been the guy traditionally since this show started 8 years ago that was like, F them prospects, man. Flags fly forever. I don't see a flag flying with this team this year. And if you take that into account with all the other things, the farm system being 30th, remember, I said it too. I thought, hey, man, wait till some of these prospects start to get going. We're not going to be last by midseason. We are. We're still dead last, by all accounts. They have an 8% chance to make the playoffs. That's as dire as it gets, in my opinion. Do I also realize there's 12 more games before the break? Sure. Do I see this team ripping off 12 in a row? No, I don't. Because we don't have the pitching to do it because we're last in pitching. And we don't have the offense to do it because we're last in offense. I know they're playing a little bit better right now. They're hitting a little bit better. And I know that, oh, man, we only lost by one run. What a flag to fly. We're in it. We're one thing goes our way. Like, I don't know, man. I just don't see it. I don't see it happening. I think you have to be smart. You have
tied
to be
for
prudent.
dead last in quality starts as a team.
Dead last. They just don't have it. And
they're middle of the pack in ERA.
I don't want to say like, that's okay. We'll get them next year. But like at some point you have to look in the mirror and admit who you are. You have to admit who you are. It sucks. Looking in the mirror is like the worst thing to do ever and say, what can I do better is really hard to do. It's really hard to do. Self-assessment.
I mean, this time a year ago, we were remember in August, the Padres took the division lead in August. Like they were hanging around.
Yeah,
that's a team that you feel you're like, hey man, you make a couple of big moves, like Ryan O'Hearn and Ramon Laureano. Remember how excited we were. Now O'Hearn didn't get used at all ever, which was weird. But like that was a team that you make those moves and you get excited about that.
Getting Mason Miller, like that was exciting. You thought to yourself last year, did you not?
Like that was a team that you had to.
We can win.
And this time 2 years ago, they had almost the same record, one game away, and they finished with 93 wins.
But they had pitching. They weren't running Giolito and Walker Buehler.
But they didn't at the time. At the time, you felt the same thing. Like this is a mediocre or bad team. They are 50-50. They're going nowhere. But they did. It's like
different personnel. Different personnel back then, certainly in the pitching department.
Yeah, I mean, you had Joe Musgrove still healthy, obviously.
You had Berger, Kolek.
I read it the other day. I listed like the WAR. It was insane compared to the WAR now. I mean, you're having guys with career down years right now.
Michael King was on fire that year.
It just hasn't worked. It just hasn't worked for whatever reason, and everyone's got somebody they want to blame.
Too many guys on the everyday roster are having like career lows for years.
Again,
and you can't overcome that.
You argue that team was so much better, but they had the same record essentially as this team. They weren't that good 2 years ago.
Yeah,
at this point,
they
were not a very good team in 2024 at this point.
They had a good second
and you're
half.
Lying if you said, "Oh no, I was sure that they were going to go on some run."
No, I'm never sure that
late in the season. You didn't think it was going to happen 2 years ago, but it did. I'm not predicting it's going to, but I'm also saying I will allow for the possibility that I might want to let it let it play out to see if it can happen again
For 12 days?
And they can, certainly for 12 days. No, I don't think anyone's making any big moves. Dodgers made a trade yesterday.
I'm down to hold for 12 days. I'm absolutely down to hold.
I didn't even get to the menu here. We got into a little bit of a discussion, so let's check.
I'll blow the clock out. You're fine. Do whatever you got.
All right, let's check traffic. Don't play the Padres crap up. We'll do that at 7:00. I'll finish setting the menu on the other side of traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 97.3 The Fan Traffic Center, here's your latest traffic update.
National City, some slow stretches northbound on the 805 coming away from the 54 into San Diego to the 15. Joey Vlasny with Odyssey San Diego traffic.
This update is brought to you by the California Office of Traffic Safety.
My mom, my papa, my daddy. Where's the Caltrans? On the freeway, right next to speeding cars.
Please be careful.
Be alert. Be work zone alert. Brought to you by the kids of Caltrans.
Baseball coverage on 97.3 The Fan is presented by Xfinity. Score the most reliable Wi-Fi. One price, 5 years guaranteed. Xfinity. Imagine that. All right, coming up on the program today, for the first time, I think, all season, the crap up doesn't even come until 7:00. We haven't even gotten to yesterday's game, but we will do that. Then don't do this at 7:20. MLB reach around at 7:35. As I mentioned, Padres getting the help they need. They're just not helping themselves with what they need to do to get back into the race. At 8:00, we'll play some Take on Woods at 8:20, and then Jesse Agler, the Incorporator, will join us from Atlanta at 8:35. We're on the letter P for his Incorporator word. All guests on Ben and Woods appear on the SDCCU fan hotline. It's not big bank banking, it's better. 9:00 hour will feature the Rindle Report as we head in toward 10:00, and another Padres game in Atlanta today at 4:15 again as they continue their road trip that feels like will be the one that kind of defines the end of their season. But until we get there, I'm just not quite ready to throw in the towel yet.
Nor am I.
Okay.
I'm not trying to throw in the towel. I'm definitely not. But what I'm telling you is
you sound like you are. You both sound like you're very ready to throw in the towel on this season.
I'm throwing the towel means that I don't watch and I don't care. I care greatly.
I agree.
And I watch and I don't look forward to it.
I am
But
valuing the overall
health.
strength, the overall health of the franchise more than this team going on a run. I would love to be proven wrong.
God,
I would love to be proven wrong.
I would love you to light it on fire and jam it down my throat.
I wouldn't even be
out or
able
whatever.
to say that I told you this was going to happen. I don't think it is going to. I feel like I want to give it a chance.
I learned my lesson in 23. That at getting behind this team and beating my chest and going, you guys are stupid.
That year, I was sure they were going to turn it around.
I thought we were winning the World Series.
I'm not sure this year.
I have learned my lesson, man.
2 years ago, I don't know that I thought they were going to turn it around.
I still don't know how to chew food, but I learned my lesson with the San Diego Padres. I did.
All right, we'll come up, our crap up, some of the hidden moments from yesterday's game against the Atlanta Braves, a J.P. Sears pitching performance that wasn't too bad, and more coming up next on The Fan.
L. Rob says too much doom and gloom. I'm sorry. It's still go Padres. I'm still watching. I'm living and dying on every pitch. I'm groaning along with you guys. But as I just told our pal Brian in the chat too, man, the organization itself is a bit on life support, right? Like as far as the overall health of the organization. And it did. I think what's that saying about the chickens come to roost? Is that it? Like it's time to pay the piper. I'm a fan of trading prospects. I really don't. I mean, the only prospects I care about are baseball card related. So like if
you know what, let's trade Salas.
If you can improve your team in a year where you think you have a chance to win a World Series, go for it.
No, I don't. I want to stick it out this year, and let's believe. No more dooming. Let's trade Salas. Let's trade anybody else in the system. Let's go all in on this team.
So again, if we go into,
I think it's a great idea.
If we go into the break here, or into the All-Star break, Benny, let's say they're 2 games.
The trade deadline.
Yeah, sorry, the trade deadline. They're 2 games under 5 or
2.
2. Let's say they go 6-6 in the next 12, leaving you at 2 games. And let's say you're 3.5 out of a wild card 4, because the Marlins aren't playing well and the Nationals fall off or whatever. You want to trade Ethan Salas to make a run.
No, they win 12 in a row. I don't want to trade Ethan Salas.
We could win a World Series. You just said they could win 13 games in a row.
I haven't seen I have not
April.
seen enough from this team to invest more of the future in the roster right now.
But the future also.
But that's a different conversation.
It's not the future.
Than not trading away guys that are on the roster.
So you don't want to pull from the
moment.
future, but you don't want to add to the future either.
Correct.
But the future also means Adrian Morejon walking at the end of the year, right? That he's an expiring contract. The future means you don't really need a closer if you don't win baseball games. That's part of the future as well.
And those are 2 separate conversations. And Morejon and Miller.
And you may lose a year of Mason's control, right? Yeah. Which would be tough. But I'm telling you, it's like C20 says, trust is earned. If I looked at what they're putting out every night, I'd go, man, these guys they're a click away, or they're getting Pavetta back is going to put them over the edge or whatever. And we'll be fine. We got to stay afloat. We got this guy coming back, this guy coming back. We've got reserves coming. AJ's going to make some moves. I would feel confident. When I look at the numbers, it's just the numbers. The numbers tell me they're the worst team in baseball as far as offensively and pitching.
Pitching, they're middle of the pack. Their starting pitching is a little poor. Their bullpen is very, very good. Overall pitching, they're middle of the pack team. I think they're 17th in ERA.
It's 17th
dead
in
last
ERA.
in quality starts. So their starting pitching isn't okay.
So again, it's not average. That bullpen that you'll need, those numbers will decline because the starting pitching,
they've been overworked.
They're going to continue to be overworked, as they should. They're the only weapon really this team has right now. That's the future also. The future isn't just, it's not Ethan Salas, right? Like that's part of the future. But the future too is you have the 30th ranked farm system in baseball. 2 games below 500, worst offense, almost worst pitching.
I promise you, I'm searching for every reason to buy and go all in because I like it. It's way more fun to do that.
Hell yeah, it's more fun to talk about a winning team. How's Boston sports radio this morning?
Right. And I also have such fear for a lockout next year that this would, of any years, this would be the year, knowing what you have potentially ahead of you to go all in. I'm looking for any reason, and I just haven't seen it from this team.
I mean, look, this is David J., who covers the prospects. He's way more in tune with it. He said, if you're wildly bullish on Cruz Schoolcraft finding the strike zone and Cash Mayfield figuring out how to spin a baseball and Mendez not being a mid-leverage reliever, the system is maybe the 25th best in baseball. You can jump that up to 4th best in baseball.
No, I don't think you're going to. You don't go from 30th to 4th. You go from 30th if you have a really good trade deadline.
The Oakland A's the Sacramento A's beg to differ, right? A lot of these teams beg to differ. I don't like it, man. This is not the way that I'm wired, but I also have to be a realist. I want to be a realist. I don't want to be a fantasy. I don't want to live in fantasy land. If you add, let's just throw it out there. You add 2 top prospects from the Yankees and George Lombard and
that
Carlos
would be a
LaGrange.
Mason Miller trade.
That's a Mason Miller trade, right? You add somebody for Adrian Morejon. And again, I know he's a rental, but that's a guy that can help you win a World Series if you're the Phillies, right? So you go out, you get their number 5 prospect, number 6 prospect, starting pitcher. Yeah, man, you're gonna jump.
Well,
And then
a healthier team, by the way, their number 4 is your number 1 or
other
2.
teams trade away, so they slide, you move up. I think you can make a huge jump in farm, and then you're kind of setting yourself up for the future. By the way, with the new ownership group that's coming in that we don't know anything about, they may come in and go, okay, AJ, great job. You got our farm system back. Last year, kind of a lost year, whatever. We battled, whatever. Here's some money. Let's be smart about this. Let's go out and get X, X, and X, and let's see what we can do. I mean, it's not as dire as it was maybe a year ago when ownership was kind of in flux and you didn't know what John Seidler wanted to do.
There's more optimism.
More optimism now. I'm optimistic about the future. I am optimistic about the future if you make the right moves now. I'm not optimistic about the next 12 days, but I think that's for good reason. I don't think they've shown me enough to be optimistic.
Ultimately, the prospects are capital. We call it prospect capital for a reason, and AJ has spent a lot of that capital over the last handful of years.
And I was all for it.
So was I. Just like any other capital, though, if you go crazy spending money out of your own account once a month, and then the next month, and then the next month, it's super fun to do that. It's a lot of fun to do that.
Michael Caine.
But eventually you're going to get to that month where you're like, all right, maybe this month I'm going to slow down on the spending.
Yeah.
I'm going to reset. That's all we're talking about. We're not I'm not saying trade Tatis.
No,
go crazy.
God, no. Trade Merrill. No, I'm not talking about dumping this whole team. No, God, no.
I'm looking at the next 4 to 5 years instead of the next 2 months. And I'm weighing them against each other.
David says the system is barren, not just because of the trades, but because the entire 2024 international class is gone. The 2023 and 25 drafts were gutted by free agent signings and over CBT spending. So again, if you want to have a healthier organization, Ben, here's the other thing. I don't think this team is jamming the window shut for the next 5 years if they trade a couple of these guys. I'm saying with the new ownership group, it's just a reset, a reboot. We're going to kind of trim the fat a little bit and go get it.
I'm guessing Morejon won't be here for the next 4 to 5 years.
Correct.
So I would say you might as well move him and get something back for him.
Correct.
It's always fair. Any guy who's on expiring contract to consider
got to be on your
a
toes.
Potential trade. Yeah.
Like somebody asked in the chat, who would you like? That's the first name.
Now,
I think I'm starting with.
if they were 10 games above 500 right now, would you trade Morejon?
No, because I'm 10 games above 500.
Right. So,
if I'm 10 games above 500, I feel like we're playing pretty good baseball.
Well, so where's the line then?
Well, we're 2 games below 500.
I'm just saying, where's the line? If you were 6 games above 500.
No,
Would you trade Morejon?
I'm an above 500 team that's like still
if
in
you
it.
were 4 games above 500.
Are we going to do this with every number?
Well, I mean, we're getting closer to where they actually
what's the
are.
number where what record do
if
they
they
need?
had won yesterday, would you have been okay? Would you have changed?
What record do they need for you to say this is a bad baseball team? What's the record they need to be at?
What record do they need to be a good baseball team?
10 games over 500, as you just said.
Okay, so anything under than that, you would want to trade, even if they were in a playoff spot right now. I'm just saying.
I like going for it when I think I have a chance.
I don't like making big decisions after one game
game. I'm here with you every day covering these guys.
If they had won last night,
what am I,
we're
some
a game and a half out of a playoff spot,
No.
would we be talking about them trading?
This is my life. This team. This is my life. One game. What have you seen from this team that says, "Let's go, let's give them a shot"? Like they got 12 games to prove themselves. Really?
I agree. They have 12 games to prove themselves.
Right.
I'm willing to wait. I don't need to trade them yet.
I'm not saying trade them today.
Okay.
I'm not saying that. But Griffin Canning, Walker Buehler, J.P. Sears, Herman Marquez, are you kidding me? Are you kidding? It's not going to happen. You want to revamp somehow the entire starting rotation. I'll go, all right, I believe. You find a way.
That's clearly not happening.
It's clearly not
That's
happening.
not happening.
So if it's not happening, then what are we talking about? What are we talking about? You know I'm always in. Every deadline, I'm like, let's go, more. I love it. Not these guys. No way. No way. It would take a minor miracle. And in the big leagues, you can get by sometimes, but you got to have at least you got to have at least 3 guys that you can count on in a rotation, at least 3. And the other 2 got to get you there and maybe 1 more for bulk. Beyond that, we don't have any. We have 5 bulk guys right now, 4 bulk guys and Michael King. Michael King could get you some pieces back as well. So I'm telling you, I think going into this situation, needing to revamp the entire starting rotation other than maybe Michael King is a tough job for any GM.
All right, we've got to get to the Padres crap up. It is sponsored.
Didn't we just do that for like an hour?
We got to play the highlights. So let's get to it, and we'll quickly go through last night's game now.
It's a shame if they lose.
You got a problem.
How did things play out in yesterday's game?
Supremely stupid.
It's time for the Padres
crap up
with Ben and Woods. Brought to you by Hamul Casino Resort. Hey, player, here's something to cheer you up. The rooftop pool's open, day passes are available, and the spa is calling your name. Hamul Casino Resort, the player's place.
We'll give it 16 minutes of salt, and then we'll, get back on the pump and figure it out.
This game has got to come to an end.
A pitch from Sears. Jarvis hits it hard on the ground up the middle. Diving stop. Song gets up, throws to first, and in time. Oh, one shortstop to another. Elder will deal, and Manny swings, sends it in the air, deep to left center field. Harris racing back at the wall. This one is gone, a home run. Manny Machado clears the yellow line. Little kid in the Acuna jersey caught it. Not Harris, and for Machado, a home run to give the Padres a lead. It's 1-0. Oh, and 1 to Harris. Sears deals, and that's in the air up the right field line. Fernando back towards the corner, looking up, and it's going to go. Home run, Michael Harris the second. 18th of the year, and with that one swing of the bat, this game is tied in the bottom of the 5th. Here's the pitch, and Hart hits it firmly on the ground, and fair up the third baseline. That'll kick off the shorter wall, so Sheets has to run all the way in to come and get it. They're going to wave Dubon. Sheets throw home is cut by Machado. The run scores, and the Braves have gone ahead. It's 2-1. 2 in the air, deep to left field. Sheets is backing up, still going back at the wall. It's going to go into the Padre bullpen in left field. Ozzie Albies with his second hit of the night, and it is his 15th home run of the year. Braves extend the lead. It's 3-1 here in the second. Pitch, Ty France swings, sends it in the air deep to left field. Dubon is back at the wall. This one gonna go. Ty France homers again. His third in the last 2 days. And a 1-run game here in Atlanta. 31,000 on their feet as Cronenworth hits a one-hopper to second. Albies has to go in and out of his glove. Flips to second in time. That's a force of Rengifo. And the ball game is over. Padres got the tying run on base in the top of the 9th inning, but that will not be enough as the Braves hold on for a 3-2 win in Game 1 of this 4-game series.
Yeah, part of it's just baseball. It's like if scoring runs was linear and you could always do it and you could count on the same amount of runs every single game, there wouldn't be as many hitting coaches as there are, and there's a lot of those. I think every team's trying to figure out how you can be more consistent on offense and get a consistent output every single night. We're working on that every single night also and day, and trying to figure that out. It's just you scored 19 one game, you scored 2 the next. A couple big solo home runs. It'd be nice if somebody's on base. That changes the complexion of the game, but it wasn't to be tonight.
This time of year, knowing what's coming up with the trade deadline and all that, how magnified does every loss feel, especially the close ones?
It's a long, if you're looking at just the trade deadline, these games are important, but I don't think it's like the season's over if you lose a game before the trade deadline. There's going to be 50 games past the trade deadline that are equally as important as these 10 games, and so we're focused on finishing the season well, not just to the trade deadline.
Consistency, the topic after the game yesterday with manager Craig Stammen, or the lack thereof of the San Diego Padres, who, as he said, scored 19 one day and then 2 the next. Yeah, you score 8 each day, you win a couple of games, but that up and down is not very good for your sanity as a baseball fan either.
Boy, I'd sign up for 8 runs a game.
Yeah, me too.
They've averaged 10 and a half the last 2 days.
How about Kyle Hart last night, coming in after a not so great Friday night and having a very nice inning, picking a guy off first base? Look, everybody's valuable at this point in the season to the San Diego Padres right now. We need all the arms in the arm barn that we can find. I thought that was a nice moment last night for Kyle. I thought Manny's homer was great. Double digits again, or 20 homers again. Yeah. One of What was the stat I saw? Should have written it down. I didn't. I was choking to death. I apologize. But yeah, listen, I don't know, man. They got games. Show us something, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
they've dropped 3 out of 4.
Padres, only 7 hits, 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position. That's always a stat you look at this season, and in every loss,
no doubt.
0 for 8, 1 for 7, 1 for 9. Now the Braves had 4 hits and went 0 for 2 with runners in scoring position, and they didn't get a catcher's interference.
Oh, that catcher's interference is so brutal, man.
They probably would have had a worse game than San Diego Padres did. And they were doing it against JP Sears, nothing. So you can't be all that happy if you're the Braves, other than you got the win, and that's all that really matters. You're happy about it at the end of the day. Padres ran themselves out of an opportunity in the first inning, going for the double steal at third base. Fernando Tatis Jr. has been caught stealing too many times this year. That was his 10th time he's been caught.
That dude in third base, man.
It was a very close play.
Close.
It was almost worth challenging, but I don't think it would have been overturned.
I think I'm fine with it. Just a hard set rule. Like Fernando Tatis Jr., of all players on the team, he should never steal third base.
Maybe third base.
He doesn't need to steal third. I love when he steals second base. That guy can score from second on just about anything. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
He gets thrown out a lot at third.
Yeah, it's such a deflator, man. It really is such a deflator.
It's a catch-22 because last week when they had that game where they stole a bunch of bases, Craig Stammen says that's what we need. We need to take it to the opposition. We need to be aggressive, running the base paths, forcing the action. That's how we play our best baseball. But then when you try it in the first inning and it doesn't work, it's incredibly deflating.
Incredibly.
And, you feel like, well, we just missed a opportunity to maybe put together a big inning. So, I mean, you can't just sit there and do nothing, though, and afraid to ever steal a base because then you're passive.
No, they've stolen a lot of bags this year.
Yeah. They're top 3 in baseball, I think, in stolen bases. So they want to be aggressive. But if you want to be aggressive, that means taking some chances sometimes. Sure. And it didn't pay off that time for Fernando Tatis Jr., who at least was trying to get there with 1 out so he can score on a fly ball.
Yeah, or ground out
or grounder somewhere.
He's trying to make something happen.
Yeah, dude. I like with this offense. Why wouldn't you?
100%.
Like, why wouldn't you? You've got it in you, but again,
he's drawing a lot of walks. He's getting on base. He's trying to make something happen. I get it, but
trying to push the issue.
I mean, stealing second feels like having a decent couple of cards in blackjack and hitting.
Yeah, and
then getting like a 19 or a 20 and going, I'm just gonna hit again just to see. Like you stole second.
Did you just hit on 18? You did. Oh my God, bro. I was hoping to get a 3.
Could have gotten a 3.
Very, very sound logic. Yeah. I did spend an inordinate amount of time yesterday watching MLB Network at my desk. And boy, Amsinger, Harold Reynolds, I think it was Plesac.
I think, you know what? I think part of it is I'm rebelling against all the sharks circling around the Padres.
Which I get. We get protective.
I hate that.
Dude.
And maybe that's one of the reasons why I want to argue against trading, just because everyone's saying, oh, you have to trade Mason Miller.
Well,
you have to trade this. You have to do this. And I'm going like, we don't have to do anything.
No, you don't have to. But it's more than just you got to trade Mason Miller because he'll get you the biggest return. It's you got to trade Miller and attach Xander and salary dump. And, again, we're back in that spot where we've painted ourselves into a corner with a massively long contract, expensive for a player that's, I thought last night when he stepped up there in the 9th, I go, Boston Xander would hit a double here. I texted my friends. I said, Boston Xander would hit a double. No question. Rengifo gets the knock. Boston Xander.
I thought he lined a single when it left the bat, but no, didn't work out.
It hasn't worked out. So to trade like the best player on the planet.
Didn't think. I've seen games where the Padres took way worse at bats than last night.
Oh, sure.
They're putting the ball in play. Not a lot happened for them last night, but I didn't hate the at bats last night from the team. They had the 2 home runs. They just didn't come, as Craig Stammen said, at the right times. I didn't think that they gave up. I thought they had fight all the way through. Tried to rally at the end. It just didn't work out. And you, again, just like the game against the Royals, you can laugh off a 1-run loss on the road on a catcher's interference run. You can't afford those anymore.
No, you just
can't afford these, close, tough losses anymore. You have to win these games.
Yeah, for sure. But Amsinger was saying, like, the only thing that they can do is get rid of Xander's contract along with Mason Miller, and that's the one where that's the one that sticks in my craw. Because a salary dump is not what we need. In my opinion, for this team. If you're going to move Miller, if If you're going to move Miller, you have to move him for the future. It's got to be for the future, not for the financial flexibility.
Well, couldn't you argue that relieving $25 million a year in Xander for the next 7 years is helping the future?
You're assuming that team is going to say, I'll take his entire contract and Mason Miller, and he'll waive his no trade to
And remember, $25 million is worth less and less every single year.
I agree.
By the end of that, $25 million is going to be like, yeah, you get a backup, middle, infielder for $25 million.
We don't get to that point.
I mean, that's where it's going. So you're saving money for what? To spend on who? That's why I'm not a big fan of just attaching a contract to Mason Miller.
Not either.
Because that doesn't make your team better. That makes your team worse when you do that in two ways. Because as much as you feel like Xander is overpaid, you don't have anyone to replace him.
Right.
You can play Sungmun Song every day.
Jackson Merrill.
You can play Sungmun Song out there. You look good defensively. And just say, hey, we're going to commit to that guy getting comfortable out there at the plate. And hopefully, he turned into a Ha-Sung Kim eventually. And you could just play him every single day at shortstop, but that doesn't make your team better.
Fritz says, it's times like this that make me miss the San Diego Chargers. Going to be a long rest of the season. Yeah, because the Chargers always delivered and always made you happy and always made the right moves and the right decisions. And
we're trading one disappointment for another.
They never. And I'm glad. Here's the deal, Fritz. I'm glad we don't have two of these disappointments to talk about. I'd be sick to my stomach. Yeah, we got two good shortstops out in the outfield, by the way, both of which would jump through a ring of fire to go back and play shortstop. Could they do it? Yeah, they probably could. But so yeah, I don't want to do that though. I don't want to trade Mason Miller and attach Xander to it. I think that's kind of a
I'm not arguing for it at all. I'm saying like that is a path. Like I can wrap my head around that. We can have a conversation about that if you think that's better. And if you had a team that was like, all right, for Mason Miller, yeah, we'll take all 7 years, like in full. I think you actually have to think about it.
You might.
If the Yankees are like, we are Mason Miller away from going on a run and win the World Series, we think, and they're like, we can afford $25 million.
If you also get some prospects, and
you have to,
they got some good ones. You can't just Mason Miller's only purpose cannot be to unload a contract.
Oh my God, I know.
At this point,
you traded Leo DeVries.
I would cry. I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it.
But. This is the corner we've backed ourselves into.
All right. When we come back, we will get to Don't Do This. Layoffs at ESPN, including one yesterday that came at a very awkward moment for the person who was fired. That and more coming up next with Ben and Woods, broadcasting live from our Bill House studios. We know how on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. First, there's a certain feeling late in a close game. Everything matters. One bad break can change the outcome. For a lot of people, retirement feels the same way. You've worked hard, you've saved, but the questions keep coming. Will the money last? What happens if the market drops? What about healthcare costs? And what does inflation do over the next 10 or 20 years? That uncertainty is real. Trajan Wealth helps people turn that uncertainty into a plan. TRAJANwealth.com. Their fiduciary advisors work with you to build a retirement strategy designed for real life, not just best case scenarios. They're right here in San Diego with offices at Liberty Station, Carlsbad, and Escondido. So if this is something you've been meaning to look into, start simple. Visit TRAJANwealth.com or call 1-855-TRAJAN1. That's 1-855-TRAJAN1. Trajan Wealth. Plan smarter, dream bigger. Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Actual client, paid advertisement, additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Ben What's brought to you by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com.
Got to throw a little change up on you guys. I got a DM from Steven, who DM'd me just now, like 5 minutes ago. He says, hey, longtime listener here. I get to work every day around 7 a.m. And every day at 6:55, I hear the same effing betting ad for Zach Geloff versus Imanaga.
Well, Zach Gelb is the one doing he's the guy who does our Beat the Books ads.
Right.
Is his name, right?
Okay.
Zach Gelb.
But the ad is for Zach Geloff against Shota Imanaga.
It's a
He
very sports radio ad.
He said it's been every day since that matchup happened in effing May. If I hear it again, there's no telling what will happen to me. Who do we go to fix this? And I go, I have no idea what you mean. Is this on the app? He goes, no,
it's on the radio.
He goes, on the actual radio at 6:55 every day. Now,
so
when the mics go off, I'm not listening.
Yeah,
right?
I was just gonna say,
so I missed it.
All of us pretty much take our headsets off.
Yeah, and we talk and whatever.
The volume's pretty low in the studio when we go to commercial break. So people are like, oh my God, did you hear that traffic update? No, we really don't. We miss most of it.
I went to Paulie and I said, well, this couldn't be, right? There's no way we're replaying a Zach Gelb ad from May on a matchup against Geloff and Imanaga.
All
right?
I know is there is a Beat the Books spot that is, I would assume, gets updated every day. But like the cart number, it is in the same spot.
Play the one from today.
Every day. This
play
happened.
the one that happened today at 6:55.
In the Windy City, Shota Imanaga has gotten waxed of late. He sports a 7.22 ERA in his last 5 starts. As a result, the A's Zach Geloff could go off, hitting 400 over his last 7 days and nearly 300 against lefties this season. He's a fabulous tail at Wrigley. Give me the over. 1.5 Geloff hits, runs, plus RBI, no matter the juice. Bet smarter, beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
Now, I get why that would make him insane. I fully get it.
All right, well, let's go back. This was 6:55 yesterday.
Okay.
That's here to help you beat the books with Westwood One Sports. In the Windy City, Shota Imanaga has got to be waxed of late. He sports a 7.22 ERA.
Way.
All right, well, sure. Let's go back to like 2 weeks ago, July 7th.
Pick another day.
6:55,
Okay.
July 7th.
July 7th.
So,
hold on.
Right up here to help you beat the books with Westwood One Sports. In the Windy City, Shota Imanaga has gotten waxed of late. He sports a 7.22 ERA in his last 5 starts.
I am dead.
So again,
Deceased.
I have heard that spot run every day, but because I'm not paying attention, I
Yeah.
assume it's the same thing. And I assume that he's got the weird tag, give me the over.
Oh.
Like, I just assumed he does that on every spot. I didn't realize every spot's the same. Odyssey has a lot of sports stations. Do they send this out to every station? Is Steve the first person to have noticed this on any sports Odyssey station?
I'm dead, dude. That is unbelievable. Every day that runs.
So
give
that
me the over.
So that was, I just finally looked it up. That was June 4th. The A's at the Cubs. They wrapped up a 3-game series on June 4th.
Okay.
Shota Imanaga was on the mound. He ended up pitching 6 innings, allowing 6 runs. And Zach Geloff went 1 for 3 with a walk that day.
Should have taken
and
the
the
under.
Cubs ended up winning the game with 4 in the 9th, 7-6.
Should have taken the under. Give me the under.
So that's literally a month and a half ago.
I think
that spot has been playing every single
Every
day.
day.
I'm pulling up
So Steven-
6:55 from June 3rd.
All right, June
I
3rd.
want to know what. See here.
That's crazy.
It's
The
crazy.
same one has played every day for a month and a half.
And no one noticed. Not one. I'm guilty as charged. I didn't notice.
I didn't notice either.
Let's see.
Steven, I'm so sorry that happened to you. And I get why you're losing your mind. You probably hear it in your sleep as you're trying to go to bed.
This is June 3rd.
The quest to crown an NBA champ begins in the Alamo City. Similar to Davy Crockett, Julian Champagny could prove his sharp.
Okay.
We'll start talking like that at home.
So after June 3rd.
Clean up your shoes or your ass is grass. Go pick up and make your bed. Brush your teeth. That is unreal.
Give me Champagny to lead the finals and threes made at
Crazy.
plus 275.
Crazy. Figure it out, guys.
All right. Well, someone at least pointed it out for us.
Now we
Give me the over.
Save that for
Download the bet. Give me the over. 1.5 Geloff hits, runs,
Just
plus
save, give me the
RBI.
over. We can use it for something.
See, I don't even think
Give me the over.
that one's bad. I think this one's even worse.
No matter the juice.
Oh, yeah.
That one bothers me way more.
Oh, my skin is
Give me the over. 1.5 Geloff hits, runs, plus RBI. No matter the juice.
And he was wrong. And he was wrong.
So
I
I
hate
literally-
sports radio so much.
I literally thought that was just his tagline that he does at the end of every spot. Like every sports radio station you've ever listened to over the years has had their sports minute, their sports update or whatever. And it all sounds relatively the same, especially the front and back. So I just assumed that those were
It's
updated.
different. Give me the over.
Give me the over.
Oh, I wanna
He
die.
always takes the over.
Always
No
takes the
matter
over.
the juice.
Thank you for that,
I'm just gonna
Steven.
meld them together.
Thanks
So
for
we go.
pointing
Give
that
me
out.
the over.
All right, for
No
my
matter the juice.
DDT, always hate to see this for anyone in our business, but another round of layoffs at ESPN expected to be announced today. Breaking news on that one. Carl Ravitch, who's been there for 3 decades, is one of the announced layoffs that ESPN is getting to today. But it was yesterday's story that caught our attention because former NFL safety Ryan Clark also was one of the layoffs. Now, he was not supposed to be told about it until Tuesday, but as the word started to leak out that he might be on the list, ESPN kind of panicked and said, well, we don't want him to find out on social media, so we better tell him right away that he was one of the guys laid off. But he was actually doing an NFL Live show yesterday afternoon when ESPN told him in the middle of the show that he had been let go officially by the company, which is incredibly awkward to say the least. I don't know if there's any good way to do it. Tell someone that they've been laid off.
I mean,
but
don't make them do the show.
yeah,
Let them know before the show.
right.
Don't need you on.
I mean,
today.
Carl Ravitch did a show yesterday. They didn't let him know either until
I'm really
today.
bummed. I love
Yeah.
Carl, man. Carl is 33 years, by the way. Can we try to get Carl on at some point? Because I would love to talk to
Yeah.
Carl Ravitch at some point.
Yeah.
Have we ever talked to him before?
I believe we have.
Have we?
have a while
Couple
ago.
times.
Yeah.
He's really, really good.
That's really, really, that's a bummer. You hate to see it. Tough business, this sports radio gig of ours, but a little different over there at the mothership.
For sure. And then finally, a little doo-doo this.
DD Mega
Paul, you had
Doo-Doo.
one for us today.
Yeah, I saw this yesterday online, and I think this is somebody who is a pretty perennial no, I wouldn't say perennial, but he's been featured on Don't Do This several times, and everyone's got very strong opinions of Aaron Rodgers. And I think you can still have all of those opinions of Aaron Rodgers,
Sure.
but I still think he did something that was worthy of a Do This.
This was heartwarming.
It really warmed my soul to see this as well. He went on Instagram and posted yesterday some photos of him with his family.
Yeah.
His estranged
Long
family.
estranged.
For most of his career, his mom, his dad, his brothers, not much of a relationship over the last 15 years or so. And he posted another bonding week. And he had pictures with his mom, his dad. I saw his older brother Luke was there and looked like some kids maybe. And I just thought, you know what? Like, everyone's had that issue with him. Like, hey, how come you don't talk? How come he doesn't talk to his family? How
Can't
come he
trust the
doesn't talk
guy
to
that
his
doesn't
family?
talk to his family. Yeah.
And there's validity to that, I think. But, he's growing maybe. I don't know.
I like that, man. It made me happy to see him and his mom and him and his dad, dude, because life is very short.
Reconciliation is always good for the soul.
Yeah,
right?
for sure. Especially with
Whatever. I mean, who
parents.
knows?
Yeah.
I'm sure they both have their sides to it
Sure.
and what happened, and that's between them. But it is very nice to see a family get back together.
It really warmed my heart. It did. My cold, dead Padres rotted heart.
And that is Don't and Do This for a Tuesday.
That was Don't Do This with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
All right, when we come back, we can do our MLB reach around and look around the rest of the league. I found a very interesting quote from another major league manager that I think you're going to find fascinating, Woods. Okay. We'll get to that next here on 97.3 The Fan.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGE 0000466. For a full list of games and rules, play at 7 Mile Casino. Visit 7milecasino.com.
Take the over.
Take the under.
No matter the juice.
No matter the juice.
I'm going to 7 Mile Casino.
How about just go to 7 Mile Casino and enjoy yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Have a good time. If you like playing cards, sit down at a comfortable table with great dealers and play a fun game like California-style blackjack, Texas Hold'em, Pai Gow, or Baccarat.
Give me the over.
Oh, man. No, it's a great smoke-free environment as well. It's bright. It's airy. It's they have a killer patio. Overlooks the water. Really can't beat it. And best part, just 7 minutes from downtown.
You always give me the over on Kung Pao Chicken on the 24/7 players menu at Sammy's. 7
How
Mile.
about cigarettes? Give me the under.
Give him the under. There's no smoking. The beautiful patio that overlooks
No
San
matter
Diego
the juice.
Bay. You can probably order some juice from the bar. Mix it in with a cocktail. Would be very delicious at 7 Mile Casino. The best thing is it's very easy to get to. You just hop on the 5 freeway, head south toward Chula Vista. You getting off at E. You're already there on Bay Boulevard. It's right off the freeway. You're pulling in. You're playing cards. You're having a great time at 7 Mile Casino, just 7 minutes from downtown.
He just, here, I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
it's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee
It's going to in a second.
right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Less than an hour away from Jesse Agler joining us from Atlanta. All guests on Ben and Woods appear on our SDCCU fan hotline. It's not big bang banking. It is better. A lot of arguments already about the future of the San Diego Padres this morning. It was reported yesterday that the Yankees are aggressively pursuing Mason Miller if he is available. That doesn't mean a lot to me. There's not a team in baseball that wouldn't love to have Mason Miller. Can be a luxury for some teams. It could be a necessity for others, but every team in baseball would love to have Mason Miller at the back of their bullpen. So to say that you would aggressively pursue him costs you nothing to throw that out into the universe.
I'd actually prefer that it wasn't out there, to be honest, because drive the price up. You know, like I'd prefer that nobody knew who I was after, right? If you're the Yankees, you don't want people knowing
Right. If you're
on Mason Miller.
It's possible that rumor came from the Padres.
Right.
You don't know where these rumors come from.
Very true.
Because it does serve the Padres to make it seem as though, a lot of teams are bidding and they're offering a ton. So if you want to come to the table, you better give a pretty awesome offer for Mason Miller. But that was out in the universe yesterday in Major League Baseball.
Oh yeah, they were pounding it, man, all day long on MLB Network. They're salivating for it.
I'm just curious. It's been a really fun show in my opinion. I've had fun today. It's been a little bit combative and we've been arguing,
which
but
I love.
I enjoy it. Benny said a minute ago, there's a lot of fighting this morning on the future of the Padres, and I started thinking about it. I go, does anybody actually, like right now, do you feel good about the future of the Padres? Does anybody feel good? I have a lot of concerns
we
about
all
the future.
knew that at some point they're going to have to, they're going to get older.
The
players
reason I
that
ask
are
is
under contract.
I don't
we
feel
knew
like
this
we
was
should
going
be
to happen.
arguing about the future. I think we should all be on the same page that, like, hey man, these bad contracts are only going to get worse. We don't have a great farm system. Like, I feel like you say we're arguing, but
well, it's not a revelation to anybody. We knew that 4 years ago when they signed a lot of these guys that the contracts
so
would
why
eventually
is it so surprising
age.
now that we're here?
It's not surprising. The question is, how long before you really feel like it gets bad? I thought after 2023 it was over. I mean, they had the team of all teams. They had a terrible season. They had to cut a ton of payroll because of the Major League Baseball told them you were out of compliance in debt service rules. So they had to trade Juan Soto. They had to cut a ton of payroll. It looked like they were in a world of hurt.
Yeah,
and then they made the
dire.
playoffs the next 2 years. I don't know that it's as dire right now as it was in 2023. It looked awful for the Padres 3 years ago.
You had Leo DeVries.
Yeah, you had other prospects as well. You had Marcy and guys that were tradable.
Yep.
So you were able to kind of fix some of those issues by making trades.
I do, and I stand by this statement too. Somebody said if the window's closed, and I just said I don't really believe in windows. I don't think windows exist much when you have
they're a false construct.
It's a false construct, and especially if you have ownership that's willing to spend. If you have an ownership group that's willing to spend, the window that I can open a window, close a window, open a window. I can do it every year if I want to. I can open one, I can close one. As a wealthy owner that's committed to winning, the window does not exist. False construct is a great way to put it. That's exactly what it is. And we don't know anything about Feliciano and Jones yet, really. I mean,
there's reason to be optimistic.
There's reason to be optimistic, but if they have committed to doing their part, I do think AJ Preller needs to commit to doing his part. And all right, when you guys get here, we will have a little bit brighter future than scrounging and hoping to back into a playoffs and, having to throw Griffin Canning in game 2 against the Cubs or something, or the Phillies. Like, we can do better, in my opinion. And maybe that happens. Maybe that doesn't. Maybe they rip off 12 in a row. Maybe they don't. I have no idea. But I do know that the new ownership group is going to want to put their stamp on it. And again, I loved what Darren said. I'll bring it up again. I don't think they want to walk in day one and do a fire sale. I don't. So it's going to be, again, a really tough decision for those involved. The walking up to the table, taking all of your money and throwing it on and going, all right, I'll go Ethan Salas for so-and-so and so-and-so to help this year and try to get into the playoffs. Hell, man, maybe it works, but works. Making the playoffs is different than winning a World Series, right? If they make the playoffs this year, it's like, okay, that's cool. I love the playoffs, but
is it worth getting bounced in the wild card round for potentially years of your future?
And now Ethan's gone, and he's in wherever he is, Philly or New York or whatever. I don't know. I mean, I do know that's not the right answer.
I want to share this quote I saw yesterday with you, so let's get to it as part of our MLB Reach Around. They're doing the Reach Around. They're doing the Reach Around. Everybody's doing the Reach Around. As I mentioned earlier, Padres got plenty of help yesterday. They didn't lose a game in the wild card race, still 2.5 back because the Marlins lost their 7th in a row. They were beaten by the Astros 8-5. Yordan Alvarez hit 2 home runs, now has 33 on the season.
He may go down as one of the best to ever do it.
Yordan Alvarez?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, he's such a good hitter. If he was healthy, I mean.
He is an unbelievable hitter.
Be incredible. Late in the night, the Angels came back, won on a walk-off wild pitch, I believe, to beat the Cardinals 3-2. Diamondbacks lost to the A's 5-2 yesterday. But the quote I wanted to get to, so the Detroit Tigers had a exciting 10-inning win over the Chicago Cubs, 8-5. Cubs stranded a couple of runners in the bottom of the ninth, 8-6. A.J. Hinch was asked about the Tigers, and his quote was, "We've been playing Game 7 since May." They got off to that slow start, and his philosophy was, we've been basically playing Game 7 since the end of May. We have to win every game to get back into this race. Since the end of May, the Detroit Tigers have the best record in all of baseball under AJ's theory that, hey, we're playing Game 7 every single day. In contrast, I know that a lot of it was made up of Craig Stammen going, it's not Game 7 every single day. Said it again yesterday. Like, I know the trade deadline's coming up, but we have 50 more games after the trade deadline. He's always looking bigger picture. AJ Hinch is a veteran, experienced manager who's played the game just like Craig Stammen has. Very different philosophies there. Now,
extremely different.
Padres have a better record than the Tigers still.
Now, again,
but
I don't know. Again, I don't watch enough Tigers baseball to know if he's truly
managing, or do you just say that?
It's something. Yes. It's a mindset of like, hey man, win or go home. Like, we're dead if we don't. We got to keep winning. I don't know that he's going to. I don't know that he's going to his closer for 2 innings 4 days a week. I have no idea. I don't watch enough.
I don't think he is.
Probably not. He's also
smart and knows that he does have more games to play and can't treat everything like an actual Game 7. But that's what he said in the media yesterday, and I thought that was interesting.
Again, I think Craig could have used a little bit of a sit down and some prep. Craig, we're going to do eyewash 101 today. That's what we're doing in spring training. I'm going to tell you, number one, keep your smiles inside. I know you have a nervous smile. We're not going to do that after losses, especially losses that feel like you got your spine ripped out.
Couple other finals. Trey Turner, 2 homers against his old team. Phillies beat the Dodgers 10-7. Royals over the Giants on a walk-off bunt 4-3. Nationals beat the Rockies 7-3. C.J. Abrams is 22nd. Jacob Mizorowski returned just 4 innings, but struck out 6 as the Brewers topped the Mets 8-3. And how about those Red Sox? 14 wins in a row as they beat the Orioles 6-5. We'll talk more about that. Second half of Ben and Woods coming up next here on The Fan.
We are halfway home on a Tuesday. Ben and Woods 97.3, The Fan. We, as this show, need a big reset like the Padres do. Or let's just go all in and just beat the S out of each other. That's what you're saying. You want the Padres to just beat the S out of each other. I'm saying we just need a reset. I just saw something on Instagram. And it was, I get like baseball, like your Instagram feed is peppered with young women. Mine is peppered with coaching drills and parental advice. And I just saw when there's your kid talking back, bad attitude, raise their voice, try this on them next time. And I said, I'm going to use this on Ben. Ben was raising his voice. I should say, I hear you. We'll talk when you're calm. All right? So from now on, when you get upset and you start screaming at me, I'm just going to say, I hear you. We'll talk when you're calm.
I think I would lose my mind.
I think I would too.
If you'd said that to me when I was,
Paulie, I hear you. We'll talk when
First
you're
of
calm.
all, I'm a very calm person.
Yeah, it works on 8-year-olds, maybe, but maybe not.
Nothing works on
50-year-olds.
8-year-olds.
It's true.
Nothing.
It's true. You're right. I'm Woodsy. Our pal Adio Royster is here from Philly. He pops in every year. Good morning.
Greetings, gentlemen.
How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm in for Pride and the Con and maybe a Padres game, but we'll see.
I did see some. I was picking up my kids Saturday at the airport, and I saw. I don't want to assume, but I assume that I saw some people that were coming for Comic-Con. Does that make sense to you when I say, "Oh,
sure,
I know why you're here"? Now they
what
could just
specifically led you down to that
Were they
assumption?
costumed?
What was the costume? Yeah.
They not yet, but you knew they were about to be. Like
This is sounding meaner and meaner.
you just
is.
No. You
Don't
just
bully us nerds.
I'm not
please.
bullying anyone. I'm just saying. I go. Oh, I know why you're here. Comic-Con is now here. Welcome to America's finest city.
But then I'm also here to, spend the morning with you fine gentlemen.
We
So,
appreciate it, dude. We appreciate you.
Part of my vacation is, hey, hanging out with Ben and Wood.
It's always good to see you, my man. Adio is he was in radio a long time ago when I first started, and we were friendly. He was across the street, and we would commiserate. And then he got smart. He got out and moved back to Philly.
Well, I'm podcasting, so I don't know if I would necessarily classify myself as out.
Okay,
so.
well, listen. You don't have a boss coming in here,
No, I do
right?
not.
Like
I
we
do
just
not.
did, and fiddling around on the computers and whatnot. But it's the same thing.
I mean, tell me what's Philly been like the last month or so? You had the 250th anniversary of the country, you had
crazy.
World Cup, you had the All-Star game. I mean, Philly was the center of the universe for a while there.
And I couldn't enjoy any of it because it was literally 200 degrees outside.
Yeah, makes sense.
And then they had the smoke thing coming in from Canada. So, you couldn't go outside without getting asthma attacks like I do.
Well, welcome back to San Diego. It's good to have you. Paulie Reindl's our executive producer, and Ben Higgins is your friendly neighborhood sports anchor as well. Now, many people have reached out and asked, and I have not been responding about the headshots. We did our headshots about a week ago.
About a week
It was
ago,
A week ago
yeah.
today, actually, that we did them. Now, Paulie, luckily,
They take a while to get developed in the dark room.
they do. Paulie was lucky enough to be out of town.
Darn.
So you're out. You missed them entirely.
Yep.
Which I thought was rude of them to schedule when Paulie's out of town, but you can't. Somebody's always gone at some point, right? Like you had to do. Tony Gwynn was in town because the Padres were off. Like it was a good week to do it. Paulie just happened to be on vacation. So it was a week ago.
When we get new headshots in 8 years, I'll try to be there for that one.
Okay, good. Ben was there, and I was there, and I went first. Now we got an email from Monica a couple days later, and she said attached are all of your headshots, Woods and Ben and Woods. We did some together. She said, take a look, see if you want to delete any. I never opened it. I still have not seen one single headshot from it. She then wrote us back yesterday and said, please let me know if you want to delete any. I still didn't respond. I didn't want to do it. I did it to be a good company man.
And there were so many of them. I didn't know what to say. I mean, do I love them all? No.
Do you love any of them?
Do I like any of them? No.
Also, no.
So, but I don't feel right just going, yeah, delete the whole file. Just get rid of it.
So I sent mine to Paul, and I said, do your worst. do your worst. I've not seen these. I don't know how they turned out. My guess is that they're terrible, like every other picture I've ever taken, except for one that was heavily edited that I still use to this day, 15 years after it was taken.
They weren't great. I pulled like 5 or 6 of each of yours, and like 5 or 6 of you guys together.
Right, live reaction. Now, again, we're on the radio. Oh God, are you kidding me?
That's a mug shot. That's not a headshot. That's a mug shot.
Yeah, that's a bit mug shot.
It's the hair too that makes it a little more mug shotty.
Lack of hair. No smile.
No smile.
No smile.
All right, turn to the left.
Oh
turn
my
to the
God.
right.
Oh my God. What in the world? I'm sick.
Interesting
my,
posture.
My hands in front. I'm really
straight back.
Throwing my shoulders back. Okay. No, we do not want
There's
body.
full body.
See the little outline there too, if you look closely.
Got the hands crossed in front.
Yeah. Oh God! What in the world?
Why are you standing?
That
so
looks
very
like
straight.
That looks like a mugshot. That's like, sir, turn to your left. Now
right.
face the camera straight forward, and you're like,
can you superimpose the height chart behind me to make it look like?
And you know what? I think that's a good look.
Actually not bad.
So much. It's terrible.
That's not too bad.
That's all I pulled from you. Let's see. That last one, you didn't want to smile, like show teeth. You like to the closed smile.
I have a lip that covers. It's like I can't
smile.
It's I have a thin upper lip.
All right. Well, here's a few of you guys.
I told you at one point I was thinking about getting lip plumping.
That's right.
All right.
Remember
So
that?
these are the together
a
shots.
lip lift.
A lip lift.
Yeah,
Okay.
plumping.
Here are some of the together shots.
Oh my God! Why are you hooking your hands in your pockets like you're Luke Duke? Oh, me, just a good old boy. Never meaning no harm.
Never know where to put my hands.
Right.
It's my constant struggle on television. I never know where to put my hands.
Now he's doing some weird penis ring with his hands right in front of him.
So I was constantly, because she took like 150 pictures, and I was constantly moving slightly every single time.
So
in
you don't
hopes
know
that one of them would actually work out. So it was just one hand, connect them, take them apart behind your back. One's on the side, one's in the pockets.
Go back one. I have
the one where you're looking at him.
Yes, I like that one, but he looks like an actual serial killer, predator, deviant. In that, oh my!
I do have a bit of a sly.
Screenshot that. That's the one that has to be tweeted, Molly. That is unbelievable.
Wow,
you suck so bad. Not the photographers. When you have a subject that is crap, you're not like you can't. I'm not expecting you to make wine out of a turd, right? Like you didn't have a great.
And then we had some solo shots of me as well, Paulie.
Let me see some of these solo shots. Holy cow, dude.
So-
What is with your thumb hook?
What are you doing?
What are you doing? Just trying to look cool?
Cool, yeah. Just casual. It's like I have no care
Oh my
in the world.
God, look at the 4th grade picture. Fine, I'll take my picture in 4th grade. What is that?
Oh, I would change the facial expressions.
Oh my
like,
God, Ben!
I don't know what the grabbing of the thumb. I kind of grab the thumb, hold on to one
What's
thumb.
with that face?
What are you doing?
You're you can't stop thumb hooking. You can't stop.
You put your left foot out. You put your thumbs in your pockets. And
Hey, do you want to give me
Take the glasses
oh
off.
my God!
Oh, that's weird. That is a weird shot. If you're listening on the radio, just picture
The worst thing you've ever seen.
There's a nice
picture
one.
that. That's nice.
it's all
Took
right.
the glasses off.
Yeah.
My sleeves are also a little short, leaving just the
that
hint.
polo's 25 years old.
No, that's my newest shirt
From Costco. Yes,
but
it is.
The sleeves are a little shorter
Oh
than my
my
other
God.
ones, leaving slightly
White
untanned
arms.
skin just under the arm.
Those were just like 5 or 6 of the ones that I pulled from Ben.
This is the.
They sent me a whole folder.
I don't feel so bad about mine anymore. I don't. I don't feel so bad.
Here, do you want to go? Should we just do it? You want to go through all of Ben's
Just rip
rapid
through
fire?
them. Yes,
What?
rapid fire. Hold on. Hang on. I gotta get. Okay.
You ready?
Go. Yes.
All right. Bam.
Oh my god.
Bam.
Oh my god.
Bam.
Oh my god.
This is
Nice.
like one of
That's
those
good.
flip books.
Yeah.
Where
Yes. It's like a cartoon. How they used to make
you know what?
cartoons.
I will
each
say-
cell. Yeah.
I think you're better without the glasses
Yes.
for photos.
Yes, me
Much
too.
better. Like,
Well,
I don't know if it's the glare.
Part of the problem was, she said if I looked up at all, the glare was coming off my glasses. So she forced me to
Look down.
tilt my head down, which of course
Which does
creates
not
extra
help.
chins that you don't really
So-
want in a picture.
Frenchie said, I did modeling for a brand called Kind of Fit, Kind of Fat. And posing is so awkward when you don't normally do.
That does describe both of us.
100 kind of
We're
fit,
kind of fit,
kind of fat.
kind of fat.
That's incredible. Paulie, thank your lucky stars. You
I'm
didn't
so
have to
happy.
be there. The hook, I can't get over
thumbs,
the thumb
the
hook.
thumb in front.
On
of the
what
waist.
planet did you? This was after I was gone, by the way, because if I had seen it, I would have been like, stop hooking your thumbs. You're not James Dean.
What are you doing?
I didn't do it in every picture. They just kept moving around to different
The,
spots.
thing, the holding of the like this infinity sign in front of your wiener is very weird.
It
as
was.
well.
No doubt about it.
You're unbelievable. These are unbelievable. That's nice. That one's a nice.
All right, now we'll go through all of Woods's.
You're a nice boy. We don't have to.
We do.
We
Kind
don't
of at
have
this
to.
point, we're going to have to just go through
Turnabout is fair play.
the entire catalog of Woods
I look very
official Odyssey
I look
headshots.
very annoyed. Very annoyed.
They really do look like mugshot photos.
Yeah, they do. Hands behind the back.
You're just very straight on in a lot of these
Yeah,
pictures. I was
very
trying to
straight.
give a little bit of an angle. There's one, and you turn your shoulder a little bit
Kind
toward
of
the
fit,
camera.
kind of fat. Yeah. Oh, I hate these.
I'm tucked
Hate
in. You're
these.
not tucked in on your pictures.
Trying to get good posture.
You're not
Oh, you
smiling
changed
in any of
shirts.
them.
No, I didn't.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
There's a smile. At the
Oh
bottom.
God.
Ew, what is wrong? What is wrong with your
Ugh.
mouth?
Kill me. I'm sick to my stomach.
You're right. Don't smile. Just never smile.
I don't. I don't.
I see why.
Yes, I do not smile.
Oh,
It's fun.
now what are they going to do with those? Just
Yeah, those are going out to clients. And if I'm a
Photoshop
client,
them.
I'm like, I don't want to buy from these guys. These guys, the creep and the creep and the felon.
Am I supposed to use all of these now for like our
No.
branding?
If you do, I'll lose my mind.
Is that why they were sent over?
I really do have a bad smile.
you do.
It's
so
really
bad.
bad.
Stop smiling. We just please stop
It's so
doing
bad.
that. Please stop smiling.
Why can't I smile?
I don't know. Stop doing it. Stop. Stop smiling.
Yeah.
It's horrifying.
Purple says, "Can you send me that folder? I can bootleg Photoshop you into compromising position."
It's
Look at that
already
one.
a compromising
Hey,
position.
go
You
ahead
don't
and-
need to do anything
Go ahead
to
and
it.
tuck your fat face back more. Hey, give me the Jabba the Hutt look. That's what I want. Thank you. That's horrible. Yeah, Paulie's having a real good time over here. He didn't have to do any of this.
I had a great time with this.
Man, all right. I hope you guys enjoyed that. We'll tweet them out, I guess. Some of
Yeah,
them.
for people who were not on our YouTube stream, you will probably see some of those at some point.
Paulie,
Unfortunately,
get that picture off. It's the worst.
all right, let's take a timeout. When we come back, let's play our game.
I
It's
knew this was going to happen. I knew it. I
Oh,
said it.
man.
Fine, you don't have to if you don't want to.
Take on Woods is coming up next. We still have our music, TV, and wild card categories.
God,
Your chance to qualify for the getaway to Las Vegas.
I'm sweating and I wasn't even there.
It's crazy when you look at those pictures and you think multiple women have put their tongue in my mouth. Multiple. Like, it makes no sense to me. No sense.
Oh my God.
Holy cow, dude. That sucked, babe. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for all of it at this point. Ooh, that sucked. That's like the worst segment we've ever done.
We need a contestant. Give us a call, 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. Catch Woods while he's thinking about his smile too much and qualify for the trip to Las Vegas. We'll get to that coming up next with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. First of all, I used to be more kind of fat than kind of fit, and then I found sdfatloss.com. Now I'm a little more kind of fit than kind of fat. If you want to go the same direction and lose up to a pound of fat per day and 10 to 20% of your body weight in just 60 days, SDFatLoss.com can help you with their program that is based on real foods, normal stuff from the grocery store. You can bake it on one of Woods' new baking sheets if you wanted to at home. I ate a lot of chicken, some steak that I did not choke on during my program. You can do it as well, but set the program up the way you like it. They will help you do that every step of the way and make sure the fat keeps coming off. They will always adjust, tweak things if necessary, because they want to make sure that you're seeing the results on the scale. And they do it without any exercise necessary and none of the ongoing and expensive GLP-1 injections that you can't stop taking, or the fat is going to come right back on. And by the way, you're probably losing some muscle as well. So if you're looking for a sustainable weight loss plan, set up your free consultation by going to SDFatLoss.com. Find out how the program works. And right now, summer special, take $200 off the one-time cost of SDFatLoss.com. That's SDFatLoss.com. Results may vary.
Hey player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Got Jesse Agler joining us at the bottom of the hour. We'll play some Incorporator, see how things are going in Atlanta. It's late in the morning already. It's practically lunchtime for Jesse. Probably already gone out on his run and everything.
Wonder what he had for lunch.
Might be having it after our interview.
It's true.
It's like 11:23 there. So we'll get to Jesse in just a couple of minutes. But before that, it's time to play our game. Let's get to some Take on Woods. Take on Woods brought to you by Bay Alarm, security and fire alarms for every business. We got you. We got a couple of choices here. Let's just go right to, is this Scott?
Yes.
Hey, Scott,
I'm
would you like
here.
to play some Take on Woods?
I'm ready.
All right,
I'm going to do TV.
Let's do it. He already knows he's doing TV. I guess I don't have to give you all the categories. Our TV category, I think, is a tough one today. It's called Angels Among Us, TV series that revolved around angels. If you can beat or tie Woods, and I think he'll struggle with this one too, you will qualify for our grand prize monthly drawing, a 2-night stay at the Fontainebleau Las Vegas, and a $150 food and beverage credit. Check out their Oasis Pool Deck 6-acre pool experience. Book your stay at FontainebleauLasVegas.com. So 5 questions, 60 seconds. Pass if you don't know one, and of course, our first question is the 2-second TV theme song. You got to identify the show based on the short clip of the TV theme song. And again, all about angels. Angels Among Us. See how you do on this one. Scott, are you ready to play?
Ready.
All right. 60 seconds on the clock. Your time begins when Paul plays our TV theme song. Good luck, Scott. Let's take on Woods.
I tell you, I'll walk with you.
Amoral Eleanor, played by Kristen Bell, is sent to a heavenly utopia, or so she thinks, by angelic afterlife architect Ted Danson, in which NBC sitcom debuting in 2016.
Don't know. Pass.
Michael Landon followed up Little House on the Prairie, with which 1980s NBC drama in which he played an angel sent to help people as he wandered the earth.
Yeah. My Fair Angel?
Incorrect. Holly Hunter starred as an Oklahoma City homicide detective who's guided by a gruff angel named Earl, in which crime drama that ran for 3 seasons on TNT.
Pass.
Which 2000 CBS TV series starred Amber Tamblyn as a teen who speaks to God and is given tasks to perform on Earth? Wow, we were so confident on the TV category and went 0-4. Stay on the line, Scott, because
you never know.
I don't know that this may be our first ever scoreless game. I will wait and give the answers after Woods comes in. Oh, wow. Woods, we got a tough one today. It's a TV category. It's called Angels Among Us.
Okay.
Good luck. Let's put 60 seconds back on the clock. Your time begins when Paul plays our TV theme song. Good luck, Woods. Let's take on Scott.
I tell you, I'll walk with you.
Pass. Amoral Eleanor, played by Kristen Bell, is sent to a heavenly utopia, or so she thinks, by angelic afterlife architect Ted Danson, in which NBC sitcom debuting in 2016. Pass. Michael Landon followed up Little House on the Prairie, with which 1980s NBC drama in which he played an angel sent to help people as he wandered the earth.
I know it. Oh, God. Go ahead. Next.
Holly Hunter starred as an Oklahoma City homicide detective who's guided by gruff angel named Earl, in which crime drama that ran for 3 seasons on TNT.
What is a Dom Roma? Sorry. Pass.
Which 2000 CBS TV series starring Amber Tamblyn as a teen who speaks to God and is given tasks to perform on Earth?
Pass.
Go back to our TV theme song.
I tell you, I'll walk with
No
you.
earthly idea.
No
No
earthly
heavenly
idea.
idea either.
Amoral Eleanor, played by Kristen Bell, is sent to a heavenly utopia. Are you getting shut out? Wow, this is the first time this has ever happened. We have a 0-0 soccer draw. And Scott, guess what? Tie goes to the contestant. You have qualified.
Not a loss.
That was all about angels on Earth. Yeah, Touched by an Angel. The Good Place was Kristen Bell.
Okay.
Highway to Heaven. I
Highway
thought
to
you might have
Heaven.
a chance.
I remember
on
it. All I
Michael
kept
Landon.
thinking was Angels in the Outfield. That's all that would stay in my brain.
Saving Grace, starring Holly Hunter, and Joan of Arcadia, starring Amber Tamblyn.
All right.
I don't think that's ever had. That was a tough category. I knew that would be tough. I thought maybe like 2-1 or something tough, but 0-0 for the first time ever. That's scoreless. All right, I'll stay away from those type of categories in the future, apparently. Well, stay on the line, Scott.
Man.
You have backed your way into qualifying for our grand prize drawing.
Man.
All right, let's take a timeout. When we come back, Jesse Agler will join us. We got an incorporator word for him from Atlanta, Georgia, and we'll talk some more Padres baseball coming up next on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Quickly, first, my friends, please, after that disappointing game, let me tell you about something that will not disappoint you. If you are a business owner, a CFO, HR manager, it can be very complex to buy an insurance policy online. SuperSure is what we're talking about today. The super agency built for you, licensed in every single state for your business insurance and your employee benefits, all with year-round support for you and your team. At supersure.com, you can access tools like the fine print facts. Love the fine print facts. Translate your current policy into plain English. You can see what's covered and what's not. Plus, the old BVC, the business value calculator. You can estimate what your business is worth. You know what actually needs protecting. So, again, if you fall into that criteria, the owner, the CFO, or HR manager of a company that has more than 25 employees, highly recommend going over to supersure.com. One super agency, one powerful platform, all of your policies in one place. Go to supersure.com. That's supersure.com, paid for by Supersure Insurance Agency, LLC, a licensed insurance agency. He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Nothing. Now,
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Through the Fan is brought to you by GL Pools, the swimming pool experts trusted by thousands of San Diegans for 20 years. The baseball season is in full swing, so is swim season. Make sure your pool is ready. Call now, mention radio for 20% off new service plans in 2026. All right, tough one for the Padres last night as they fall 3-2 to the Atlanta Braves. And let's go out to Atlanta, Georgia right now, where we are joined by the voice of the San Diego Padres. Jesse Agler is with us. Jesse, it's good to have you back. How was your All-Star break?
That was fantastic. Thank you. Actually did feel kind of like rested and recharged a little bit. It was very nice.
And then they drop you in Kansas City where it's like 97 degrees to start the second half.
Brutal.
Yeah. It was pretty gross. It was pretty gross. No, it was not like a gentle reentry. Especially like that first game, the crazy 10-inning game. It was like, oh, here you go again. Here, have right at it. It was definitely not like easing back into it kind of situation.
I rarely hear, Jesse, I think you really spoke well for the fan base that night, because when I heard back with the walk-off, I go, oh, he's broken inside just like I am after I heard your call. I go, because it's, you don't want to get too emotional, but I heard that and I went, oh man, like that got to Jesse. That game Friday turned me into the Joker, Jesse. It hurt so bad that night. That was a really tough one to swallow.
It was. And it's funny because, I have a lot of conversations with fans, people email, social media, at the ball game, whatever, about, tone of the broadcast. And look, it's you're never going to make everybody happy. There's one guy who emails me all the time, and he gets so upset that I'm happy when the Padres do well and upset when the other team does badly. Like he doesn't understand. I think, that like I'm the Padre announcer and that's kind of how it works. But like, right. I get, everybody kind of has their own opinion on the thing. And, the needle I try and thread, and it's just kind of my philosophy on the thing, is, to have sort of what I consider like a responsible but also reflective tone on where we are. And that game Friday, coming out of the All-Star break, beginning of the trip, and the way it went down, like that's how it felt to me. It wasn't just, a random walk-off loss.
Right.
It wasn't, a month ago. It wasn't when you're 10 games over 500. That was a gut punch, man. That was real. And so, I let it out a little bit more maybe than, I would have in another situation, because I felt that was appropriate for the moment. Now, it didn't mean that I thought the season was over, that all was lost or anything like that. But in that moment, I thought that was one of the more, emotionally painful, situations we've had all year. And so I let that, be reflected in the way I called it.
Yeah, it was great.
And what killed me, though, was how it happened. You just feel like you're just giving up such weak contact and then just finding these holes. And it's like, you played so well to get yourself to this point, and all undone by some of the vagaries of baseball.
Yeah. No, I mean, we say it all the time. It's the cruelest sport. It makes the least amount of sense of any other game out there. And that game's a perfect example. I mean, they played a great game. If you put the results aside, and I know that's kind of like, hey, Mrs. Lincoln, how was the play? But like, if you put the result aside, it's one of the better games they've played all year. The way they battled and the Ty France home run and putting up, the Mason Miller working out of the bases loaded and putting up 3 in the top of the 10th inning. Like they played a great game, until then. And even then, as you said, it wasn't like Kyle Hart was getting knocked around the yard or anything like that. The Royals had some batted ball luck. They put down a good bunt, and like that's how baseball works sometimes. And it's not a game that always makes sense. It's not a game that always rewards, the team that does everything right. And sometimes it's just not your night. And that's what makes it, this horrible thing that we keep coming back to.
It's an interesting position, Jesse, to be in as a fan, as a broadcaster, and I would guess as a player too, right? Like, all right, we got 12 games to you keep saying it every day. We got 14 games to show them what we can do. Then we got 12 games to show them what we can do. Last night, was you felt like that's a game they absolutely could have won. Probably you swung the bats better than the Braves, but when that happens, you can probably see the pressure, trying to maybe take the extra bag in the first yesterday. There's all kinds of things that happen when the pressure ratchets up. What are you kind of expecting these next 12 days? It's so hard to tell.
It is. And, this will not surprise you guys because of the number of times we've talked about things over the years. But I actually think, the whole trade deadline deal is probably going to end up being, far less, binary and far more nuanced, than I think most people expect it to be. The whole buy-sell conversation in this, 80 teams in the playoffs era is a little bit different, than it used to be because there are so many teams sort of on the fringes. And you obviously have a couple of teams that are straight sellers, and might, be willing to unload a little bit. But, Tony and I talked about the other night, even the Royals who, came into the second half tied for the worst record in baseball. Like they're not gonna trade Vinny Pasquantino, right? They're not gonna trade Jack Caglione. Like, back in the day, you might have a team that would get rid of a guy like that. But like they're like, all right, hey, we're having a bad year, but we won 82 games last season. We're not giving up on this core. We still believe in the guys we have, and we're going to run it back next year. And so, you have a lot of teams in that position. You have a lot of teams in the position where, they think, hey, we might be able to, make a Red Sox or a Tigers-like run and get ourselves back in this thing. And then, from the Padres' perspective specifically, I think, look, I'm not going to ever try and predict what AJ will do because, he's AJ, but, there's, a million different scenarios with this guy. And, he could make a deal that does one thing and a deal that does another. And you're like, all right, well, did they buy or did they sell? Like, he's just going to do what he thinks, he wants to do in order to put himself in a good position, both now and in the future. And, I think we could kind of come out of the trade deadline in 12 days, like you said, and be like, all right, well, that's interesting. That wasn't exactly what I was expecting. And it's not exactly one thing or the other. And like, if I had to bet on something happening, that's kind of probably what I would think it would be is that, we're going to sit around afterwards and be like, well, that's kind of interesting. That's not exactly one thing or the other. And I mean, who knows? Like I said, I'm not going to try and predict what's going to go on, but he's always making it more interesting than I think we give him credit for, or that we expect. Sure. That we expect him to do.
Yeah, for sure. And he's in an interesting position this year. One where if he does what you just said, I think people can get behind that, right? Like, we're not salary dumping and we're not, fire sailing, but we're also not trading Ethan Salas for 2 months of somebody, right? Like, I think fans can get behind a prudent, because he has gone all in before, right? Like, the chips have gone all in. I'm not leaving anything on the table. We are going for it. I don't know that this is the team to push the chips all in, but you can maybe throw a few chips in and make some prudent decisions. And I think that's an interesting position for a president of baseball ops / GM to be in. It's not black and white. It's not linear.
Yeah, and I think of all the GMs in the league, he's probably the guy you want in that position. So many guys play scared. So many guys are kind of, stuck inside of a little box. And AJ is the one above all else who doesn't operate within a box. And so if ever there was a time to be creative, if ever there was a time to kind of think outside the box, this is the guy to do it. Now are there third rails there? Absolutely. You're outside of the box, but there's also an electric fence around the thing. So, you got to go out and see how it goes. But he's the guy I want to see, in this position. So we'll see how it goes.
Talking to Jesse Ankler from Atlanta, Georgia. Padres and Braves, game 2 of the series tonight, 4:15 here on 97.3 The Fan. And I want to get your Jesse Ankler measured opinion on the long-term health of the Padres. We had some discussions this morning. The outside noise is always, hey, these contracts, long-term deals for Manny and Xander are going to eventually drag the Padres down. The farm system has been spent. There's not a lot of positivity, but I know it's, Woods even said it, not as black and white as it always seems. What's Jesse's perspective on the long-term health of the Padres?
I think it's kind of a lame, lazy take when you hear that stuff for a couple of reasons. One, because I was hearing the same thing about the farm system 3 years ago. And then, a year and a half ago, it was like, oh, this is one of the best farm systems in baseball. So, they can restock this thing and they have great confidence in themselves in order to be able to restock this thing. So, there is a draft every year. Let's remember that. And AJ and his staff excel in that department. Not that you're going to, hit a home run every year, I know. But they are very confident in their ability to restock. So I think the farm system thing, that can take care of itself. Might take a year, 2 or 3, sure. But they can restock a farm system probably about as quickly as anybody. They're very good at doing that. So, yeah, did they, quote unquote, deplete those resources to make some moves? Sure. But that's kind of how the game is played. And they play it aggressively. That's fine by me. As far as the contracts and everything, we don't have enough information to say that. Is there going to be a salary cap? Like, what's going to happen with this lockout? We don't know what the economics of this game are going to look like. Furthermore, what's the ownership situation going to look like? We don't even know that. That's still a little bit kind of, undecided right now. We obviously know the direction it sounds and looks like it's heading in, but what's the spending situation going to look like there? We haven't really heard or known anything about that. But obviously with new ownership that's been vetted, very seriously by the current group that's in charge, you certainly get the sense that it's going to be, an aggressive kind of optimistic spending situation, which would lead you to believe that you're not going to be particularly weighed down by these things. And then third of all, you're talking 6, 7, 8 years down the line, right? The economics of the game then, again, are unknown. Whether there's a salary cap or not, maybe $35 million a year isn't that big of a deal in 8 years, right? You think back to 8 years ago, what was the average, contract for a star player? Very different than what it is now. And so the numbers, they change all the time. And so, I think just to say, they'll never be able to survive, economically with these contracts, down the line. It's like, well, you don't have a crystal ball. You don't know what the sport is going to look like then, especially right now with sort of the labor situation as what it is. So it feels to me it's kind of like a lazy national take that people say because they've sort of been trained over the course of history to be like, a quote unquote small market team can't do these things. The Padres have shown they can do it. The Padre fans have shown up. The economics of baseball in San Diego are very different now than they've been at any other point in history. And if the East Coast media hasn't picked up on that yet by now, that kind of feels like their problem, not ours.
Yeah, fair enough. My take this morning was more of right now, the way that they look, where the offense is ranked, where the pitching is ranked, where the farm system is ranked, it feels a little life supporty. But I also contend that, the window for a team can scream open and shut at any time. I think if I
don't even like the window analogy.
I don't either. I really don't either.
Yeah, because let's say Jackson's having a down year, Manny and Fernando are having weird years. That doesn't mean that next year they can't all have MVP type seasons.
That's right.
it doesn't shut on them, right? They're
Yeah.
having weird years.
Yeah.
And next year they could all be great. And then it's like, oh, the window's open again. Like, windows open and shut, I guess. But like, yeah, it's the window thing. When we generally use that in the baseball conversation, it sounds kind of permanent or semi-permanent. And that's not really how it actually works.
And it does, right? Yeah, and like there are. I don't look around baseball and go, "Oh, their window is screaming shut." I mean, I think they say the same thing about the Phillies sometimes, and it's
Right.
with the teams with the older superstars, and I think it's fair to say, but they've got money. They can spend money. Dave Dombrowski will go out and get players if he needs to get players. They've proven that they can. So, but I the prudent is really the word that sticks out in my mind right now for the San Diego Padres and kind of what they have to do, barring a miracle moving forward. Because as they spent yesterday, East Coast, right, talking about on MLB Network what the Padres need to do and blah blah. They actually didn't bring up for once. Well, they're a small market team. They didn't bring that up. They didn't say they're not going to be able to afford these guys for the first time ever, like yesterday, because I think they realize, new ownership is kind of the North Star for this team.
Yeah, and again, we don't know what that's going to look and sound like. Again, I'm optimistic about it because I don't know why you would come in, spend all this money, and then not, want to aggressively pursue greatness.
Right.
I'm sure that's what they're thinking. So, I feel very good about all of that. And again, that's an unknown variable. The CBA is an unknown variable. There's a lot of unknown variables that are out there. So to have any kind of like hard take about it, is feels silly at this point. Like there's just, there's almost no way you can do that with any sort of intellectual honesty. And again, the thing has been humming for a few years now, in large part because of the great fan support that there's been. And, Eric Grubner used this great term a few years ago that I love. It's like this virtuous loop that exists between the team spending money, the fans spending money, which allows the team to spend money, which allows the fans to spend money. And it's this great thing, that's kind of allowed the thing to sustain itself, going back to like call it 2021. And, everybody's sort of like in on the program right now. And so I don't know why the Padres would try and kind of get off that treadmill, so to speak.
All right, the second half of the season, Jesse, is crunch time for the Incorporator as we're getting late in the alphabet. So we will set you up for tonight's game with the letter P. Paulie, give us the word.
Popinjay.
Popinjay.
Popinjay. Jesse?
Popinjay.
A popinjay is an old-fashioned, often derogatory term for a vain, pretentious, or conceited person who chatters boastfully and is excessively concerned with their appearance.
Oh, wow.
A popinjay.
Ben Higgins is a popinjay.
I wouldn't say that I'm a popinjay.
You spend a lot of time in front of the mirror, do you?
Yes. Makeup and all.
Preening. I do actually have to spend quite a bit of time in front of the mirror. I do like to be right on the radio.
The old-timey insults.
Yes, we do. You crumb creep. You crumb creep coward. Popinjay.
Jesse, you're heading to your hometown this weekend. Anything you're looking forward to in Miami?
I'm going to see my buddy and his sons are going to come to the game on Saturday. I try and limit it to like, one person every year at this point. It becomes overwhelming. So he's bringing his twins to the game on Saturday.
How does that work? You just don't respond to the you people that ask you for tickets.
You've already slotted them in for 2031. I've got you in for 2031.
Oh my God.
No answering the phone, no returning texts. And, that's it. Sorry.
Genius.
It'll be all right.
Wish I had it in me, Jesse. I wish I did. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
Not a nice person.
I disagree, Jesse.
He sent us a nice congratulatory text on our
Oh,
extension.
yeah. Congratulations.
Thank
I'm
you.
Sorry. That should have been the first thing out of my mouth.
You
Also,
already sent the text. We're good.
Yeah, you already sent it. You also missed my birthday on Sunday. No big deal.
No
That's
big
fine.
I had no idea
that.
when your birthday was.
Go ahead and throw it in the old
Sunday?
iPhone. Yeah, it was on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you.
What day was that? July what?
19th.
19th.
July 19th. Okay, I'll stick it in now.
Yes.
Hey, congratulations, guys.
Thank you, man.
That's excellent news.
Couldn't have done it without you, man. For
Jesse
real.
Agler, the
Thank you,
voice
Jesse.
of the Padres on our SDCCU fan hotline. It's not big bank banking. It is better. And this hour, I'm Ben Woods, brought to you by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com.
How do you spell Popinjay?
Popinjay.
Okay. Just like it sounds.
Popinjay.
I've never heard that word before. It's an adjective.
Yeah.
Wait,
Like
no. It's yeah.
Similar to
Popinjay.
like a peacock, like a
Yeah. Would you call a peacock? Isn't a peacock a peacock?
A peacock's a peacock. That's, you preen like a peacock.
Right.
But a popinjay is Also, you chatter boastfully as
It's
well.
a noun.
Yes.
Okay.
Someone's very self-centered and
Popinjay-ish.
absorbed.
That's different than smug.
There's probably some smugness involved in being a Popinjay. That is a very Popinjay-like laugh right there. Very Popinjay-ish. All right, we will come back. Paulie's got some Randall Report headlines. Got 1 hour to go. Broadcasting live from our Bill House studios. We know how. It's Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan. Final hour of Ben and Woods here on a Tuesday. We briefly mentioned it earlier and then kind of got distracted with all of our other conversations about the San Diego Padres. But the unfortunate news that Miguel Andujar headed to the injured list yesterday as well after taking the curveball off his hand over the weekend, ended up with a broken bone. They don't think it's like bad, but bad enough that he's probably not going to be able to swing a bat for at least a couple of weeks. So they put him on the injured list, and he was actually getting hot again.
Yep,
he hot early in the season, then he got hurt and he was cold for a while, and you go, oh, well, but then he started coming back with tons of doubles. He's one of the team leaders in extra base hits this year. Not something that this team can really afford at this moment is to lose a productive bat in the lineup.
No, I mean, not even a little bit. And again, you called up Rodolfo Duran.
Right, which, he has been ice cold right before he got sent down. He had not been hitting. The only thing that does is you can safely use Luis Campusano as a designated hitter, knowing you've got a backup catcher in that situation. So that does seem like the Padres will be more aggressive. Yesterday they got Xander off his feet and had Sungmun Song playing short and used Xander as a DH. Craig Stammen said, probably will do that a bunch of times. I was expecting to do that anyway, but it does give you at least the option of Campy getting into the lineup a little bit more. But he's been injured as well. You know, they came in, pinch hit. I think he walked, and then they pinch ran for him right away to get him back off of his feet. So they can't be too aggressive with him either, as he's been battling is like an abdominal or oblique or something. You could see him wincing on some swings over the weekend. Just injuries have been not that other teams aren't going through them, but it just seems like the Padres keep getting hit by injuries at the wrong times to guys when they can't really afford to lose more players.
Yeah, if you're really, trying to turn this thing around, you need healthy bodies, man, and you need guys that can come up and contribute as well. And I'd rather have the lineup with Andujar in it and Campusano behind the dish than the lineup with Andujar out of it, Duran or Fermin behind the dish, and then you try to figure out your designated hitter spot with the guy that you just need to give a break to. I thought Sungmun Song played really well at short. Looks pretty nasty over there with the glove. Made a really nice play up the middle, man, and great throw to get the guy by a half step.
I can see him being a decent player next year.
He's getting better, man.
I can't. Really kind of like Ha-Seong Kim was not very good his first year, and then started to become, I think he even made an all-star game, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
I don't know that Sungmun Song will get there, but I can see him being a regular, for the San Diego Padres before the end of this deal. What was it, a 4-year deal? They signed him $13 million. You got to be patient sometimes with guys. We are in a instant gratification as sports fans. We want to see guys, hey, you signed him, I want to produce right away. Sure. It doesn't always work that way. And, I think Annie Halbrun sat down with him for a long conversation and talked about that thing. Like, everything is different. Everything is an adjustment coming over from Korea. One of the things you don't think about a lot is travel. Korea is the entire country is about what, like half the size of California? Right. I mean, even your longest road trip is just a couple of hours by train. And maybe you get on a plane like once in a blue moon. You're constantly flying back and forth across the country in Major League Baseball. It's just a very different lifestyle that you need to adjust to.
Pitching's different. He said, I when I came over here, I thought it would be just the hitting, and I was preparing myself to adjust to the nastiest pitching of all time. He goes, everything's different. The ground balls are different. They're harder. They spin more. Like it's a whole thing, man. It's why this is the best level that you can get to. So, somebody said the Seoul to Busan is driving from San Diego to Phoenix. There you go. And now
that's probably their longest trip.
Yeah, does it get like 98 degrees, 105 on the field?
I think it's pretty hot
over there. Yeah. So it's a grind of a season. We all know that, but he looked really nice last night. But they're going to need contributions from every single person right now, and they're very thin, pitching wise, especially.
All right, we'll get to some more Padres talk coming up later this hour. Right now, though, Paulie's got some headlines for us. It's the Rindle Report,
and get things started here with our today's edition of the Rindle Report.
Now tuned into the greatest.
Welcome to the Rindle Report,
with Paul Reindl.
Hey guys, it's Paul here.
Hi, Paul.
All right.
2 stories from the world of sports that we haven't gotten to yet.
We'll start off in Major League Baseball.
And 1 story that you didn't know you needed.
Are you laughing, biatch?
It's the Reindl Report.
Hey Paul, how you doing?
Okay, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing today?
Okay, how are you?
On 97.3 The Fan.
Are you ready to bless the mood? I need some help, please.
That was good.
Can I get a oh yeah? Oh yeah.
All right.
I'm good.
I just saw Paulie put those pictures up on Instagram. So. R.I.P. R.I.P. to your mentions. I'm going to not read the comments. It's just horrific.
I wouldn't.
I'm going to read the comments.
Maybe we need a makeover day. Ben and Woods makeover.
I'm here for it.
Not sure what you can do. You got to have something to work with before you can make it
That's
over.
True. That's true. You can always improve, though. You
True.
know, like I'm a big fan of improvement. These are horrible.
Paulie?
Let's get started. We'll get started in Major League Baseball. Very interesting scene in Seattle last night.
Yes.
I don't think we got to this this could have been a Don't Do This. Could have been in the MLB reach around, but we were short on time. Talking about the Reds and the Mariners last night, and there was a play where a ball was hit up the middle, a 4-hopper, one of those high bouncing balls, and guys are making a play for it right up the middle behind second base when the infielder ran into longtime umpire Bill Miller. He was trying to jump out of the way of the ball. It happens. The ball sometimes gets hit. They try to jump out of the way as best they can. I don't know how old Bill Miller is. He's
actually
older.
he was in the right spot. That he was where he needed to be, in the position he needed to be. It happens. It's happened a million times. How many times have you seen the home plate ump wear one off the shinny that prevents the guy from third from scoring? You're like, oh.
How many times have you seen the ball hit the bag and bounce? It sucks when it happens, but it does happen.
You don't scream at the bag.
You start kicking it.
Stupid idiot.
Caleb Ferguson, pitcher for the Reds, who was on the mound at the time, lost his mind.
Now his team also down 7-0 at the time.
Down 7-0. This ball bounces off Bill Miller, and the potential play was ruined. And he lost his mind. John Boy not going to need to do a whole lot of work on the lip reading for this one, because it's very clear to see that on the camera you can see Ferguson
what
mouthing.
Does he say, Ben?
Something to the effect of, "You're a fat something." It's impolite.
Yeah, he said, "Effing fat ass, get out of the way,
you
fat MFer." Like staring directly at him.
Not into his glove.
I thought it was interesting. Bill Miller, like the camera cut back to him and he just kind of took it. I don't know if he felt bad that he impacted the play or thought maybe, dang it, that's my fault. You're right. I'm sorry. Like I would have thought you get tossed for that. Looking an umpire right in the face.
Bro, we have seen guys tossed for infinitely less than that.
You can, as an umpire, you can turn off your ears. You saw in the John Boy video of the Padres dugout yelling at the umpire the other day, turn off your ears. You don't have to listen to everything everybody says all the time. Maybe he turned off his ears for a second.
He looked him dead in the eye and said, "Get out of the effing way, you fat MFer." And he let him stay in the game. Now, here's what Bill Miller did. He goes, he gave it the messy. Oh, okay. All right. I'll remember that. That's going in he is the crew chief.
You said he was the crew chief for that series.
Chief. So
but you can't let that impact decisions going forward.
He's only human.
That would be
being.
That would be unprofessional to do so.
You're not going to get any, if there's anything on the fringe, you're not getting that. Really bonehead decision by Caleb.
So I looked it up. Bill Miller is not one of the 7 veteran umpires who are retiring at the end of the season. Did you see the story? C.B. Buckner, Laz Diaz, Brian O'Nora, Lance Barksdale, Marvin Hudson, Tony Randazzo, and Andy Fletcher have all agreed to buyouts, and this will be their last season in Major League Baseball. Yep. These are the older umpires who they have not adjusted as well to the new ABS system. And they just decided, you know what, it's time for me to get out of the game. So you're going to have less older veteran umpires, more younger umpires going forward. I have noticed, I don't know if you guys have as well, the home plate umps have gotten better even through this season.
Sure.
Their calls are pretty spot on, at least compared to the beginning of the year. Like, there's not that much challengeable stuff anymore. They have locked in on the ABS zone, and they call it the way Major League Baseball wants them to call it. Yeah, sure, they miss one here or there, a little bit. Everyone does, but I would say much less than at the beginning of the season.
I couldn't believe he didn't get run for that.
Yeah.
I really cannot.
Shocking.
Again, he didn't hide it. He right to his face. Get out of the way, you fat MFer. That's also, you're fat shaming somebody.
I was gonna say there's so many different levels to it. Like he could have come off the mound and be like, "Damn it, dude!
Yeah,
come on,
bro, get out of the way,"
and been super pissed.
Sure.
The way he did it, like it's personal, man. Like
personal.
that was a little over the top, I thought.
I'm intense. Down 7-0. Former Dodger, by the way, Caleb Ferguson. That's how they make them.
Yeah. That's a good transition, actually. We'll segue. We'll keep it here in Major League Baseball because do you like podcasts out there?
Sometimes.
ESPN announced a new podcast yesterday. Got a press release right here. It's a six-part investigative podcast from the 30 for 30 podcast line. And ESPN is going to premiere next Tuesday. It's hosted by Tisha Thompson, and it is titled The Betrayal of Shohei Ohtani. It's a six-part series, and it's going to chronicle the entire gambling scandal as we know it between Ipe Mizuhara and everybody else that was involved or not involved or had everything that they knew was going on or didn't know that was happening.
Will you listen?
I am curious as to if they can really dig deep into make it make sense.
I believe she is the one that had the original scoop. The reporter that's hosting this, she was like, she got the original tip that, hey, massive amounts of money have been transferred from Ohtani's account.
What's turning me off is the title. You might have gotten me to watch it had you duped me. I don't need a PR piece glazing Shohei Ohtani as the 100% innocent man.
I'm glad you brought that up.
If you wanted to get me, you could have said, you could have titillated me with something to let me believe that I was going to hear something that I haven't seen already.
I thought the exact same thing. All the ESPN talking heads like, this is going to be great. You got to listen to this.
Is Shohei Ohtani participating in it?
I don't believe he is.
That's what I would be surprised if he was.
But I thought the same exact thing.
Sure, he wants it to go away.
When I saw this, I was like, here we go.
Right.
Like, finally, somebody's going to hold this clown's feet to the fire on this. No, it looks like it's actually going to be like he's totally in it. He had no idea.
He puffed. It's a puff. It's
puff
but
podcast. I think it's still telling if he's not sitting down for an interview to explain it.
Right.
I think the questions will always remain until he actually can sit down and totally convince people that, yes, I let someone have access to all my accounts and didn't have anyone checking up on any of this. And I am totally a complete rube when it came to all of this, and make us believe it. There will always be skeptics that have questions.
The initial story that came out was, I covered for a friend, and then it was actually I didn't know about it. It was very, very weird. Yeah, Megan, your wife makes a good point. I don't want 6 parts of anything. Yeah, I'm with you there. I'm with you.
I'd agree with that.
I'll probably listen to a little bit.
So it says here, it just says digs deeper into the extraordinary story behind the headlines, revealing new details about Ipe's childhood and background. Audio from the only interview that he gave. They talked with Matt Boyer, who's been very public throughout this whole process with his role in the situation. It says they have an exclusive with the IRS agent that reviewed the bank transfers. So, I mean, there could be some interesting stuff. It starts next Tuesday. It's a 6-part series. The episodes are titled The Letter O, The Interview, Baseball Boy, The Bookie, The Feds, and Footnote.
Okay.
So there you go.
I might listen a little. I'm a glutton for punishment.
We'll get some headlines out of it for sure.
Oh, yeah. And then finally, we will wrap it up with a story that has really taken over the internet over the last week or so. Have you guys heard about Jimothy?
No.
I have not heard of Jimothy.
Jimothy is a raccoon that lives in the Seattle area, I believe in Ballard in the Seattle area. And this raccoon has gone completely viral all over, like every local news channel has talked about it.
I live on the internet.
Because Jimothy, as just named by some random person on the internet, said it kind of looks like a Jimothy. It's a raccoon that suffers from short spine syndrome.
Oh,
that's a tongueful. Mouthful.
Short spine syndrome.
Raccoon suffers from short spine syndrome, and it gives him a very awkward look, and the way he walks looks very weird. He does not look like a raccoon. You can see it here on the screen. I'm showing a few videos for our YouTube audience. There's nothing wrong with him other than he just looks very weird. He's got the short spine syndrome, and the internet has just fallen in love with Jimothy.
What's the opposite of falling in love with? Because that's what I'm doing with Jimothy right now. That's freaked me out to no
There's
end.
another one.
Yeah, I don't remember my raccoon scene back at my old place when
God,
the kids were little. I'd look up, be like, babe, there's 14 raccoons opening our dog food in the backyard, and they scared me to death, dude.
It's a little weird. I can see how people also think he's cute. A lot of people are saying, hey, with all the virality going on with Jimothy here, people are like, hey, please, nobody do anything stupid. Nobody,
Right.
Please, nobody try to catch this guy or anything
Let
like that. Experts have said, by all accounts, however you can tell if a raccoon is healthy, they said he's probably healthy. He's got a deformity.
He's, what is it? Kind of fit, kind of fat. Yeah, he's like us.
I just hope the other raccoons didn't make fun of him. I mean, he can't.
Sure they
he
did.
Can't help it.
You see in every video, he's by himself.
He is.
Yeah.
I saw one. I saw one as the family and everything. I saw like one with a video with him and little baby raccoons that didn't have short spine syndrome. But Jimothy has.
So wonder who came up with Jimothy. Sounds like David Spade. Jim, the Jimster, Jimothy.
All it says here is the raccoon picked up the name Jimothy because someone said, I don't know, he just looked like a Jimothy.
No one looks like a Jimothy.
That guy does.
He looks like a. When you tuck your thumbs in your pocket, you look like a Jimothy. Yeah. Yes. When you're leaning against your car, with your thumbs stuck in, you look like Jimothy Higgins.
Jimothy Higgins. Yeah, it's been about a week since he's been going around the internet. Murals in Seattle area have been made. People have gotten Jimothy tattoos. They're selling Jimothy merchandise. They had at the Seattle game, the Brewers, they do the sausage run.
That in 20 years. Tell me about your tattoo.
Oh, this is Jimothy, a viral short spine syndrome raccoon. You don't remember this from 2026?
That was popular for about a week.
Yeah, had this crazy run in 2026.
Explains my Hot Tua tattoo on my lower back, right? Man.
He was at not he, but the Mariners, like the Brewers do the sausage run. The Mariners have a salmon run where they have these people dressed up like salmon and they run around the warning track, and they had a raccoon in one of their recent games running behind the salmon, and he ended up winning the race.
Now, he didn't like limp or anything, did he?
No, it wasn't actually Jimothy. It was a guy.
No, I know, but the guy. That's what I'm saying. Like,
didn't like have a hunchback.
Don't you like accuracy? Isn't that like your favorite thing is being accurate?
We want Jimothy, the ideal version of Jimothy.
All right, fine.
Jimothy as he runs in his dreams.
In his dreams, yes. Okay, fine by me.
What would you do if you looked out your window or whatever, you saw that guy?
I would
storming around your front yard.
I would scream. Like I would scream. Not like, I would go, like I would scream. If I saw that thing in my backyard, I would scream.
Thank you, Paulie. Speaking of Paulie, he sent a text during the game last night about an observation he made. I've seen some people in the chat talking about it as well. I would like to bring
literally
it up.
have no idea what you're even talking
well,
about.
Me either.
I will remind you what you sent us last night when we come back with Bennett Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
But now one of my favorite topics, other than Jimothy, to talk about is eco water, right? So listen, very few people come to my home, but when they do, I want them to have the best of everything. And most of the kids in the neighborhood come over, and they'll even remark how good our water tastes in comparison to theirs. Funny story. We have an ice maker that we use. We pour eco water in. We also have the ice maker, our regular one. The difference that you can taste, it's different lines. It's staggering. Like the staggering taste in the difference of ice lets us know, man, we are definitely making the right decision. You would too if you got the eco water system put in your home. Their customer service is legendary. Their products are the gold standard. They take the time to customize the system perfectly for your home, and their professional installation team is second to none. They will treat you your family, your friends like their own. Don't gamble with the fly-by-night operations. Ditch the big, heavy water bottles, guys. Invest in the master craftsmen who've been doing this right for a century. Call 760-350-3338. That's 760-350-3338. Or go to ecowatersocal.com. Let them know Woodsy sent you. Not everything in life should be hard, especially your water. Keeping it soft since 1925. He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
it's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Hour of Woods brought to you by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. So I'll remind you, Paulie, of what you texted us last night.
Thank you.
Because I still haven't seen it yet, but you were watching the streaming version of the Padres, and it included, during one of the inning breaks, one of the advertisements that Major League Baseball owners are playing to promote a potential salary cap.
I'm going to try to pull it up here while we talk about it. Basically, it felt like a political ad. You remember, every other October or whatever, it's this person against this person. This bill is wrong. Don't vote for that. Right. And it's
now, Woods and I have not seen it. Now, we watch generally on our either Cox or Spectrum cables.
I've got Cox.
And I believe that those commercial breaks are filled with different spots through the cable company rather than where Paulie's watching through MLB TV.
And are these are these playing on the radio as well, or is it just television?
I was just television on MLB for TV. Now, so I have not heard any radio ads for it, but they're trying to win the public relations war. Not that really should make a difference, but apparently it does, and if the fans are applying pressure to one side or another, I would assume they feel like they'll get a better deal in the union negotiations if the players are feeling like, fans all seem to be like pressuring us to accept some sort of salary cap deal because the owners can convince them that it's the best thing for baseball going forward.
People in the chat, they agree. They said it felt gross. It felt dirty. I think I said it felt slimy. It was just weird. It was like they showed graphics and they said like over the last since however long ago, the Dodgers and the Yankees have spent the most and they have the most wins, and fans are demanding a salary cap. And it was very like political ad feeling.
The interesting thing about all of this, is this a fair statement? If they go this route, can they ever go back? They will never go back. I think the players realize once we agree to this, if we agree to it, or even a semblance of it, this is our lot in life.
Now, Evan Drellick wrote in The Athletic yesterday, and this is something that players should consider, that a salary cap will be required if MLB is ever going to pool all their local rights together and sell them for like a big multi-billion-dollar package. And if you don't have the salary cap, then the Dodgers and the Yankees are never going to give up their local media rights.
Right, nor should they.
And you may be leaving a ton of money on the table by not getting those media rights together, which means the players could end up losing money in the long run because Major League Baseball won't be making as much money. Any salary cap will be tied to revenue. So the players do have an incentive to want to agree to something that increases revenue as much as possible, especially if their salaries are tied to that revenue.
But wouldn't their salaries then in that case be, I mean, look, when you say cap, this is as much as you can make.
But no, because the cap is tied to revenue. So if baseball revenues double, the cap doubles and players make twice as much money. So in that sense, you're betting on baseball. If you're a player and you agree to a salary cap that's tied to revenue levels, you're betting on baseball growing, knowing, hey, could be good for us because salaries could go way up if baseball revenue goes up at the same time.
But if it doesn't?
If it's not attached to revenues, which it's not right now, it's simply an open market, owners can just decide on their own. Guess what? We're not going to spend that much on free agency. If most of the owners decide in the offseason,
a lot of them do,
we just don't want to spend that much, then it won't help the players that they don't have a salary cap because there's no floor. So owners can spend as little as they want on. That's the argument. I'm not saying that I'm in favor of a salary cap per se, but there are real benefits, to the sport potentially for having a salary cap and maybe even for the players if it's negotiated correctly. I've said all along, the only way this is ever happening is you make a cap, but you make it so high that it's impossible for today's players to say no. And then in 5 or 6 years, the owners will say, okay, now things have kind of settled in and the cap hasn't gone up that much. We've got controlled costs. Our franchise values go up. We're happy too. But you're going to have to make the players really, really happy to even think about accepting something like that now.
Yeah, I agree. It's again, you can reduce it down to, and you'll hear it a lot. You can reduce it down to millionaires against billionaires, multimillionaires against billionaires. And what side of the fence do you fall on? It is very nuanced, obviously. I've been reading that book that Crony gave me. Crony is the representative for the Padres. It's such a slog to get through, and it makes you want to wash your hands of it and just be like, whatever you want, which is what the owners are banking on. They're banking on the players being like, enough. We're going to get paid and we're going to all share money. We'll whack up this piece of the pie together. And I think they're so dialed in. And when you hear the term salary cap, if you're a player, one of 26 guys on the roster, you're going to go, I just don't think I can agree to it.
Well, and it's also, these are competitive people, especially the players.
Oh, yeah. They don't want to lose.
They don't want to seem like they've lost. So you may need to come up with a different word for it, whatever it is.
Yes. What is a synonym for cap? Hat. It's a salary hat.
It's a salary sky. It's up there somewhere. It's a salary atmosphere. You're keeping the salary atmosphere down. But I don't know that they'll ever agree to a salary cap.
Well, it's just
with those words attached to it.
At the end of the day, I don't think anybody is super truthful about what their actual wants are. I think they all speak altruistically, Ben. Like this is good for the health of the game. Players want to make money. Owners want to make more money. That's it. That's what it boils down to. Everything is dictated by money. Players want to make as much as I can because I have a limited window to do this. Also, people come to watch me. They don't come to watch you. They come to watch me. So I want to make as much as I can. Screw you guys. The health of the game, no one cares about the health of the game. They want to make money. The owners want to make so much money, and they want their franchise to be worth double what it's worth now. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. That's welcome to being on the planet Earth. I want to make double what I make right now, but I don't have a union fighting for me against Odyssey owners. So
they're really leaning into the parity aspect.
Yes, they're leaning into the
because
parity.
I pulled up MLB TV. I tried to find that exact spot that I saw yesterday during the game. They do something where they get rid of the commercials during the replay. So I wasn't able to find it, but I searched like MLB TV salary cap, and there was another commercial, totally different one than the one that I saw. It was a 60-second spot.
Yeah.
Basically the same thing. And the commercial starts with, again, this is MLB produced commercial on MLB TV, so they can put out whatever messaging they want.
Sure.
But it said, we asked fans across baseball, and they just showed fan after fan after fan being interviewed like on the street. And they're like,
Bob Nutting.
I would like some more parity in baseball. Hey, we need more parity in baseball. Parity in baseball. Hey, there's only 2 teams spending money. We need more parity in baseball. They just played clip after clip after clip.
Yeah. And as we sit here this morning, the team with the very best record in all of baseball
the Brewers
is the Milwaukee Brewers, with one of the lowest payrolls in the league at 63-37. They passed the Dodgers last night for the best record in all of baseball.
And a big shipment of de-juiced balls is now being sent to Milwaukee.
So no, not necessarily, because if you're the owners, if you're the players, what do you want? Yeah, you want
Yankees,
a Milwaukee
the Dodgers.
Rays World Series.
Oh, if you're the players.
If you're the players.
Yeah.
And if you're the owners, you want a Yankees-Dodgers World Series.
Here we go again.
To make your point.
Listen to this. This is the heart and soul of the baseball fan in America.
I'd like to see a little bit more parity, man, a little bit more competition. Let's give these young guys like a salary floor. 100% is a salary cap. That's the biggest issue in baseball right now.
Fans agree. Salary cap. Parity in baseball.
And look, at this time in our country, people are struggling to keep the lights on, right? They're struggling to put gas in their car. This is exactly what the owners are preying on.
And one more time, I don't think baseball has a parity problem. You look at the standings up and down, every team can compete. Every team can compete for most of the season. The baseball has a Dodgers problem.
Right.
And if they win another World Series by doubling the spending of pretty much every other team, that's a problem.
Yep.
But you can't just put in a cap for the one team because that's a cap for everybody. So
the Dodgers dome. That's what we're all allowed to do what we want. You guys.
And it's not necessarily the Dodgers' fault, but they have a confluence of events, a massive local media deal.
That's the big one.
Huge attendance, expensive tickets, and the big one, Shohei Ohtani, that brings in massive overseas revenues. And by the way, they're also a really smart organization. They do so many things well, and they have so many built-in advantages, even over like the Yankees. that the baseball doesn't have a parity problem. It just has a Dodgers problem right now.
Yeah, I agree.
And if they do the same thing where they win their 100 games and they're the 1 seed or the 2 seed, and they clobber the Brewers in the playoffs and win another World Series, the owners are going to have a point and go, we need to fix at least this. We can't keep having this every year where the Dodgers can just bludgeon everybody with their depth and have 10, starting pitchers who are 1s and 2s on every other team that they just wait until the playoffs to deploy every single year. That is not parity.
I don't
That's
blame
a
them.
problem.
They're doing what they can get away with, and they've been really forward thinking and smart by doing that.
We can say we're mad about it. We're all
I'm
just
jealous. 100%. Yeah.
But we've seen other big markets struggle badly.
David's right. David's right in the chat, though. He says parity is not just about wins or losses. It is about equal resources. The teams like the Brewers and the Rays constantly get praised for milking as much as they can, which is great. I think that's very smart. I wish we did it. I wish, you want the combination of both, the ability to spend money, the willingness to spend money, and being extremely smart, great at developing. But very few teams are that way. Should the Dodgers get punished for that? I don't know. I hope they do. But they've done it the right way, and they were really, really forward thinking about all this.
Oh, by the way, speaking of the Brewers, I was on the wrong end last night when Adam texted me just to show me that the Brewers had the best record in baseball, because he says, I never forget the conversation we had before the season. Said, hey, they've given up more pitching. The Brewers are going to fall off the map at some point. And I was convinced. Brewers aren't the team you worry about. You worry about the Cubs.
Yeah,
I was wrong. The Brewers continue to be the team.
Oh, was he taking a victory lap
yes, he was
on your
taking
ass
a
last
giant victory lap on me last night.
Hey, I told you.
He really did.
You two just out victory lapping each other.
Just the two of them? Well, you were wrong about this. Well, I was right about this.
Pretty much. Pretty much. All right, we'll take a final timeout. We'll come back. Got another game to get ready for this afternoon. Padres and Braves. We'll set you up for that. Broadcasting live from our Bill House studios. We know how. Bennett Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
But first.
Oh, we got some tickets to give away. Thank you, Paulie.
Let's see if you remembered.
I was going to say, does Woods need to talk about insurance or something? No, we have Padres tickets to give away for the Rockies game on July 28th. The first 40,000 fans will receive a free Padres poncho. Cheer on the Padres at Petco Park. Before the summer ends, you can win a pair of tickets right now. Third caller, 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. All part of the homestand. You got the reversible hat as well. Get your tickets now at padres.com/tickets. And we'll be back next with more on 97.3 The Fan.
He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
it's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Looking through the window behind me, Klug out there with Braden, and I went to the bathroom, and I'm like, "Oh man, is Braden getting in trouble?" Because Adam's kind of animated right now. He's
Pointing at him.
Pointing at him.
Pointing.
You know what he's talking about? This is what I walked past. I went to go potty, and I walked back. They haven't found a shortstop. They're trying to develop, a shorts, and I go, "Oh." Braden's trying to prep for a show, and Klug's just out there on the couch, just wearing him out about sports before he comes on,
chatting his ear off.
Why doesn't he just give himself like 7 to 8 or something?
Adam should have his own radio show. Like we have said,
I'll do 6 to 9. He does 9 to 10, the Klug hour, and then we're out of here.
Like Adam loves sports more than anybody.
More than Ben.
Oh yeah,
way more than Ben.
Easily more than Ben.
Oh,
Adam
yes.
likes
Adam. I mean, he got into this business for a reason.
Hardcore sports talk, and just he would do Jordan versus LeBron every day. I mean, he just wants to talk sports.
It's tough. It's never a
very
great
passionate
look when the brand manager gives himself a show. It rarely works out.
It's true.
They always think they can, though.
But see,
I think he has the awareness that
I
he
agree.
shouldn't.
Yes,
he wants
the
to,
anti-program.
He wants to talk about it all
Up
the
and
time.
Adam from 6 to 7. That's it. That's
No,
it.
we can't.
You nailed it,
I already
Spencer.
have that. That's Kay Adams has the Up and Adams podcast.
Oh, she does?
Yeah.
Damn it. You could do Up in Adam if you wanted to. Change it up a little bit. It's different.
No, I know that because she's got like my favorite podcast name, Up and Adams.
Up and Adams.
Perfect.
She's just wearing.
Now he's standing over me. Like, he's like yelling.
Berating him.
Open the door. Hey, leave him alone. He's prepping for a show.
that, Ben. Nobody does humble like that.
Yeah.
Hey, why don't you just
You're
give yourself
feeling it
your
right
own
now, aren't
show?
you? He's very excited.
He closes the
What's he
door.
so excited
Victory
about?
lap for me. Now talking Braden's ear off.
Just wearing Braden out, dude. They're never gonna do like. Just let the guy be.
He's still doing it.
He's now he's out of my sight.
He's hiding behind the door,
talking to somebody. Holy cow!
Moved us behind the door where Woods can't see him anymore. But obviously, the conversation is continuing back there.
He's unbelievable, man. And yeah, like he knows he gets. I get so mad at him. I don't really on Tuesday night. I don't really mind. Wednesday night, no big deal. When it's Friday night or Saturday, and he's like, "Can you believe he just took that pitch?" I'm like, leave me alone. I'm watching with my children and my family. I don't have to work tomorrow. What do you do when he's tucking his kids in at night? Is he like, do you know what war means? Do you know what XWOBA? His kid's like, Dad, can you read me a book? I just want any other book, the feelings book, the colors book, anything different than a biography of Al Kaline or whatever you want to read me. Sport nut.
Sports.
Yeah, this is what lullabies sounded like in the Klug household. Never before heard footage right here.
Baseball, it's opening day. It's history, color, pageantry, day night doubleheaders, and bobbleheads. Baseball,
day.
It's the president, Truman, Ike, Nixon, JFK throwing out the first pitch. It's a Bob Feller opening day no-hitter. It's the Babe and Garrett, the
worked
Yankee
again.
Clipper, the M&M boys, and the house that Ruth built. Baseball, it's dem bums and the gents, the Dodgers versus the Giants, Koufax and Drysdale.
All right, Dad, get out of my room, please. I'm 17 years old. All I think about is women, girls. That's it. Get a baseball. It's so good. Oh, it's good. I love it.
Got baseball for you this afternoon at 4:15. Walker Buehler will make his first start of the second half following a very rough last three starts of the first half of the season. And you got to go into this one with a lot of trepidation if you're a Padres fan.
You said he's going to turn it around.
I said there's certainly the possibility that he could.
Remember earlier when you said he's probably going to turn it around?
Jeff Passan
Go on a
has him
run.
on his list of trade candidates, as though other teams would want to acquire Walker Buehler for the stretch run.
Okay.
This morning in his new list. He has Mason Miller at number 4.
Take my eyes, not Walker Buehler.
Reynaldo Lopez
probably
will
will show
go
now.
for the Atlanta Braves at 4:15. In other action, you have some potential history today. The Boston Red Sox are trying to tie their franchise record-long winning streak. It was set way back in the days of, I believe, Ted Williams.
Wow.
As they're going for their 15th win in a row when they take on the Baltimore Orioles again later today after winning their 14th straight last night. It was a close one, too. They had to come from behind and beat the Orioles on a Caleb Durbin tie-breaking home run in the 8th. So the Red Sox going for a little history as they have played themselves from completely out of it, like definitely selling at the deadline, to now probably thinking they're buyers going into the trading deadline as one of the 3 teams holding a wild card spot in the American League.
Yeah, that's kind of what we were looking for from this squad, man. And a run like that, now that's a lot of wins in a row. I get you. But, man, how about 3? Would 3 be too much to ask for? 3 straight wins would be something else.
That would be, it would give us reason for encouragement if the Padres could come back. But, again, I'm not saying that I think it's going to happen. I'm just allowing that it could still happen.
I mean, why would the Rockies sell? They could go on a run.
They could go on a run.
Yeah, but even if they did go on a run, it probably wouldn't be enough.
They're only 19 games back.
At
or
least
whatever.
if the Padres went on a run, it would certainly almost definitely get them to the playoffs.
Okay.
That's part of the equation. Yeah, if the Padres lose 7 of their next 9 games, then you're looking to sell just about everybody.
What did we say before the second half started? Like, hey, we had 13 games or whatever
Show
it
us
was.
something. 9-4. So far, they're 1-3. So, got to go 8-1 in the next 9 to get to the 9-4 that I wanted them to show me coming out of the All-Star break.
Yeah, get a little Rocktober going.
So
again.
by Thursday, we may know. We may have.
lose 2 more, and you can't even get to the 9-4.
That's right. Well, at least we'll be leaving at 8:15 that day.
True.
All right.
All right. You want to spin the topic wheel once before the end of the show? We spun it so late yesterday, we didn't even get to answer the question.
Let's see what we get here. I don't really get this one. Would you rather be famous or wealthy? I guess you
Wealthy.
can be wealthy without being famous, but
Wealthy.
I think you can be famous without being wealthy, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean,
I was trying to say, when I first read it, I was like, they feel like they go hand in hand.
there's plenty of poor reality stars, I think, that haven't made a ton of money that
Yeah.
are famous.
Yeah. I'd much rather be
Fame
wealthy.
doesn't get you anything you really want, right?
I disagree.
Hmm.
Really? Nothing that you want?
Yeah, fame will get you a lot of things that you want.
Yeah. A lot of stuff you don't want.
Fame can probably get you anything you want, actually.
Yeah, true.
Shouldn't, though.
I know.
That's how the world works.
There's nothing virtuous or necessarily advantageous about being famous unless other people decide to give it to you. And I wouldn't want, that's not why I'd want people to give me things.
I think
just
it's
'cause
an
you're
easy answer,
famous.
though. It's just wealthy over fame. Because
100%.
think of the most famous people, whether it's an athlete, an actor, a musician, whatever, like to make all of that money and all of that work, like you got to go through so much
Aren't
crap.
famous people trying to capitalize on their fame to get money and be wealthy?
Yes.
Isn't that the kind of more end goal of the fame? It's not fame just for fame's sake.
For some people, it is. Some people just want to be famous.
I mean, like Peyton Manning made a ton of money in his career, a whole production company that he still makes money from. But like, give me the hedge fund manager that nobody knows what he does, who he is.
Yeah.
He could walk into any store and just buy it if he wants.
All right, that is it for us on a Tuesday. Braden, if Adam ever stops talking to him, is coming up next. For Paul Reindl, Stephen Woods, I'm Ben Higgins. Have a great rest of your day from all of us here at San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. So long, everybody.